shot, right field. That is going to be up. Oh, and it's gone. It hit the top of the wall, taking the lead in St. Louis. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thames in the air, left center field. Cordero's back. Cordova's back, and it's off the top of the wall and gone again. Back-to-back games. Eric Thames with a walk-off tonight. What a night it was on a Friday night. Now we go to Saturday afternoon, and that's the man of the hour, Eric Thames. He's becoming a larger-than-life star here in Wisconsin. He's homered in his last 3 games. Brewers in their powder blue accents on a Father's Day weekend. And hi, everybody. We welcome you from Miller Park. We've got our sweatbands on, fighting prostate cancer research. And it's great to have you with us on this Father's Day weekend. Brian Anderson, Bill Schroeder. We'll hear from Jerry Augustine in just a moment. And the guy who's making all the headlines right now, once again, is Eric Thames. Rocky's done it 2 nights in a row. He has 3 home runs in as many days, and he's got a little bit of that it factor.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, doing basically what he did in Korea for 3 years, averaging over 40 home runs in Korea. And the question was, is if you're going to have that kind of success here in the major leagues? Well, absolutely. He had 11 April home runs. He was red hot. I think he took everybody by surprise. But all of a sudden he went in with kind of a funk where his legs weren't feeling good. I think there were some, adjustments made on Thames. Well, he's made some adjustments himself, and it's starting to really swing the bat well again. 3 consecutive games with home runs, and certainly one of the big parts of this Brewers offense with the big power. The Brewers as a team hit a lot of home runs, second in the league right now behind the Washington Nationals. Eric Thames red hot, and he has been a big run producer for Milwaukee as of late.
One of 4 home runs last night. The Brewers were down 4-0 early. A great comeback, first walk-off home run in the career of Eric Thames. Quite a scene last night. Yeah, he's built for it. He's also built for the ring. Looked like a WWE wrestler last night. Chase Anderson's on the mound this afternoon. We'll get into his success, pitching matchup. All that's coming up next on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. By Hupy and Abraham, voted best, rated best. Hupy and Abraham, tell them you mean business. And by Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Beautiful day here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and we're just about ready for baseball. The pitching matchup here this afternoon, it is Dinelson Lamet. He is just here, arriving to the big leagues last month. He is making career start number 5. He's been a big strikeout pitcher. You see in his 4 career starts, a 2-2 record and a ton of punch-outs. Meanwhile, Chase Anderson starting to settle in and come into his own as a big league starting pitcher. He's actually emerging as the Brewers ace right now. So it is Lamet and Chase Anderson. And is there more Miller Park magic coming our way? Eric Thames, he's homered in 3 consecutive games. The last 2 have been game winners.
Two home runs by an inch. I'll take that all day. An inch. Oh yeah. Let's go.
So 2 home runs in 2 nights by a matter of inches. So, you know, ain't baseball a funny game.
What a great scene last night. There's only one man strong enough to rip his shirt off, and that's the guy who was wearing the shirt. He did say he got a new undershirt, though, which is a good thing. Eric Thames was a star last night. Brewers having a lot of fun, winning 4 consecutive games. They're looking for number 5 tonight. Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. It's a beautiful day here. We do have some clouds and there are some thunderstorms around, but right now we're sitting pretty. It's 83 degrees. The roof is open and it looks like we're in good shape for baseball today. It's been a fantastic sports weekend in Wisconsin with the 3rd round of the U.S. Open underway over in Erin, Wisconsin at Erin Hills, which is about 30 minutes from here. Andy Green and the Padres come in with a record of 27-41. They had won 3 straight until the Brewers comeback win last night, coming off a series sweep of the Cincinnati Reds. Potawatomi batting order for the Friars. Perella leads off, then Cordero. Will Myers hits 3rd. Solarte, Renfroe, and Spangenberg in the middle of the order, with Hedges, Cordoba, and Lamet rounding out the starting 9. And so that's the batting order for Andy Green that will face Chase Anderson, Rock.
Yeah, there haven't been too many better than Chase throughout the first part of the season. 14 start, a 5-2 record, 283 earned run average. Last time out, he snapped a scoreless streak of 21 2/3. He gave up a first inning run. Took a loss against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Now Chase Anderson, it's always a special time for him when he pitches in a big league game, especially on a Father's Day weekend. A very famous story about his father passing away, and his father Robert, and Chase honors him not just with the inscription on the back of the mound, but his clothing as he walks to the ballpark every day. And his first pitch is in there for a strike. And Chase Anderson will be pitching here today on this Father's Day weekend for the first time as a father, and named his son after his late father. There's a high fly ball, center field, easing his way back to the wall is Broxton. He makes a catch, and that's how we get started tonight.
Yeah, baseball carrying a little bit. Let's check out the Menards defense. A little shaky last night with the Brewers defensively after a 5 consecutive game streak where they went errorless. Orlando Arcia, you can see that fielding percentage at .979. He is a slick fielder out there at shortstop. Eric Sogard at second. Jack Bandy getting the start behind home plate. It was Manny Pena last night.
Well, the Brewers had all that success last night. No Ryan Braun in the lineup, and no Hernan Perez in the lineup last night. He had the day off. Such an encouraging thing that this is a very balanced team, getting production from a number of members of the team up and down. There's no starters versus bench players in the Craig Counsell scheme. He calls everybody part of the group, and it just depends on matchups. Some guys play more than others, but it has truly been a connected team, right, and a fun team to watch this year.
And they have a good time, win, lose, or draw. And Craig Counsell very happy with the way they've been playing. And the way he uses his players, I mean, getting everybody involved, I mean, it really bodes well for a consistent offense. Guys have been swinging the bat pretty well lately.
Now they are hopeful to get Ryan Braun back soon. Saw Ryan before the game today. Asked him how he's feeling. He's got a calf strain, left calf strain, and he's trying to come back. He said, you know, I'm doing well. I'm doing everything I need to do to get back. There's no timetable set yet, but the Brewers have had success without their best hitter. Brewers are now 22-19 without Ryan Braun in the starting lineup, as Anderson strikes out, I beg your pardon, second strike on Franchy Cordero. Got ahead of myself. You get 2, you get 3 in this league now.
Right. Yep. That's new.
So Anderson now with 2 strikes and a foul back out of play. So yeah, the Brewers without Braun in the starting lineup, 3 games over. With him in the starting lineup, 2 games over at 15-13. It is a bat that the Brewers would love to get back in there. It'll change the complexion of the offense when he returns.
It'd be a nice pickup when he does come back, almost like making a trade, right? It's been a while since he's been in the lineup consistently.
Pop up into foul territory. Shaw will give it a reach, and just out of his reach into the camera well. Good effort by Travis Shaw.
Just out of his reach. Nice balance on there, by the way.
That was impressive.
I mean,
one more tip and he's going heels up.
You would think somebody going to help him out over there.
Do it again. Another 3-2 pitch. And another foul ball by Cordero. Padres have 2 lefties and a switch hitter in their lineup against Anderson today. Solarte is the switch hitter. It's the same group of players as we saw yesterday, minus the pitcher, of course. Brewers won that game 6-5 yesterday. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And the first K of the ball game for Chase Anderson. 2 gone in the inning.
Yeah, apparently he's got the off speed going early, and that's always a good sign for Chase. There's that changeup going down and away, catching the outside corner. And Cordero swings right through it. Well, he walks down, strikeouts up for Chase. 1 run in 6 innings in the loss at Arizona last time out. having a really terrific month of June.
He struck out 8 in that game against his former club, the Diamondbacks. And he misses to Will Myers to start this at bat. Best hitter in the Padres lineup right here. Myers is a major weapon, former Rookie of the Year, an All-Star last year. And Myers in the first inning last night hit a 3-run home run. A 4-run first for San Diego last night. The Brewers were able to get back into the game with a Shaw homer and then a Broxton 3-run homer to tie it. And then it went back and forth. Padres took a late lead in the 8th. Manny Pena homered to tie it again, and then Thames with the dramatics in the 10th. Walk-off home run. First of the year for the Brewers, and the first walk-off home run for Milwaukee in 2 seasons. Got to go back to the 2015 season when Martin Maldonado had a late May walk-off home run 2 years ago.
Yeah, Brewers have now won 4 straight.
A drive into center field and right to Broxton. So Anderson with a 3-up, 3-down inning with a strikeout. Here we go, bottom first. Sogard to lead off, and then Eric Thames. Can he go deep in 4 consecutive games? We'll find out. Brewers coming to bat for the first time. Brewers Padres game 2 of this 3-game weekend series. Craig Counsell and the crew sporting those powder blue trim uniforms very nicely. All part of the Father's Day weekend here across Major League Baseball. Counsell's Potawatomi batting order has Sogard back at the top. Thames hits second, then Santana. Shaw, Perez, Bandy make up the middle. And then Counsell has Broxton, Arcia, and Chase Anderson rounding it out. Dinelson Lamet on the mound. He is brand new to the big leagues. As I mentioned a moment ago, this is just his 5th career start, and like many of his teammates, this is all a new experience in the major leagues. And the Padres in a rebuild mode right now and trying to find out who they're going to be able to rely upon in the future, and Lamet has been given a golden opportunity.
Yeah, started out his first 2 starts not too bad, picked up wins. He's been getting pounded last 2 times out. 14 earned runs he's allowed in his last 8 innings. That covers 2 starts. He's 24 years old, out of the Dominican Republic.
Sogard hitting .348, had a hit last night. The Brewers are 12-4 with Sogard hitting leadoff this season, including a victory last night. And with Jonathan Villar on the disabled list, he's been out with a hamstring injury. It has been Sogard at second and typically leading off on most days. As a leadoff hitter, he's hitting .369 with an OPS of .961, combining the on base and slugging percentage. And a wave and a miss. Lamet starts this one with a strikeout.
Big curveball right there. He's basically a 4-pitch pitcher. As we check out the defense behind Lamet here today, brought to you by Menards. We got Perella, Cordero, and Hunter Renfroe, one of the bright young power hitters in the National League. Spangenberg, Cordova, Solarte, and Myers from third to first, and Austin Hedges back-to-back games behind home plate here in Milwaukee.
Eric Thames will bat with one away. Now, what a start to his second round as a major league player. Did not go well the first time around. Bounced around between a few ball clubs. Came up with Toronto, ended up with Seattle. He was actually signed with the Astros when he got the offer to go to Korea. And instead of maybe going to the minor leagues with Houston or a possible chance to break in the big leagues as a role player, he decided to go to Korea to maybe become a star, and he did just that. 3 years in Korea, he averaged over 40 home runs per year. 1 year hit 47 and drove in 140 runs. That was 2 seasons ago. And Rock, you put it well in the open. The biggest question mark for Thames, and we still get the questions, and we're still wondering as well, but would the numbers translate from the KBO to Major League Baseball?
Much different pitching, but so far so good. 19 home runs in the first 69 games. That's a pretty good start.
There's a strikeout by Lamet. 2 nasty breaking balls to get the first 2 Ks.
Yeah, he's got a good curveball. Curveball, you know, 2-seam, 4-seam fastball, change-up, slider. They say his slider is better than the curveball. And there it is, breaking down and in, striking out Sogard and Thames, 2 left-handed hitters. And lefties have been feasting on Lamet so far this year in 4 starts at .333 batting average.
So he's a raw talent, probably under most circumstances would not be in the major leagues at this point, but with the Padres where they are and very young 40-man roster as it is, he gets his chance. And so there will be some growing pains, but Rock, you've seen some flashes of brilliance from this guy in his previous 4 starts. Matter of fact, he had a game against the Cubs. He went 5 innings in that game. He struck out 8. Only gave up 2 runs.
Well, you know what happens in this league? I mean, major leagues, they catch on to you quickly. If the opposition, you know, the league finds a weakness or some type of a pattern, they will exploit that very quickly. Just like Eric Thames has had to make adjustments throughout the year. Pitchers do the same.
Well, what a start for Lamet. He strikes out the side, showing impressive stuff. We're off and running at Miller Park. We go to the 2nd inning. has been on top of his game this year, Rock, and whatever he's found that magic potion this season. He's got the velocity up and the strikeouts have followed.
Well, the delivery is very consistent. I mean, repeatable deliveries mean you put the baseball where you want it. Fastball, changeup, curveball, slider all have been very good in the last 2 home starts. You can't get much better. Almost had a no-hitter against his old team, the Diamondbacks, a few starts ago here at Miller Park.
Anderson off to a good start. Retired the Padres in order in the first. Yonder Solarte will bat for San Diego, leading off the second. Solarte hit a key home run last night. At the time, it gave the Padres the lead. It was a solo shot in the top of the 8th inning to give them a 5-4 lead. And Solarte sends one deep to right. That is way back there. Santana leaps and it is gone. A home run for Solarte, and the Padres strike first.
I hit a cutter off of Jacob Barnes last night. And pretty much in straightaway right field. I think that was a curveball right there. Solarte knocks that one out of the ballpark. Now let's check it out. Let's see what it is. Actually a changeup. Changeup down 82 miles an hour and able to wait back, hook it out of here, just out of the reach of Santana. Yeah, giving the Padres a 1-0 lead. They missed that one by about 2 feet.
And now Renfroe on the first pitch, a high pop up. Thames will make the call. He's got it for out number 1.
I'll tell you, throw that changeup, the one he threw to Solarte 10 times, you're going to get 9 outs or at least 9 swings and misses. That was a good pitch. I wouldn't change a thing. That's just a good piece of hitting by Solarte on that.
He had a breaking ball out of here last night.
Yeah, Jacob Barnes.
He's a guy that he's got a good swing and he's been producing runs. He's their top run producer now. The changeup by Anderson to Solarte. And look at this. He just collapses everything to get to the ball and ends up knocking it out of here.
Yeah, the knees. I mean, he bends the legs to try and level out that swing and gets enough of it. Just get it over that wall. But man, sometimes you just got to tip your hat. Yeah, good hitter hitting a good pitch.
Yeah, not all great pitches end up as outs. Not all bad pitches end up getting hit either. That's the way the game works. This Padre lineup, though, Rock, what we saw yesterday and what we saw in San Diego, I mean, they've got some firepower. There's no question about that.
They can hit some homers. I mean, they're last in the league in team batting average. They don't score a whole lot of runs, but they can hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Young team, young manager. Andy Green's just 39 years of age. There's a strike. Andy Green in his second year as the skipper of the Padres. Bud Black was let go during the 15 season. And he's responsible for putting together the pieces for the rebuild. Their general manager, A.J. Preller, had a long career with the Texas Rangers and is credited for finding and signing a number of Rangers prospects. Great talent that they had during their World Series years they went back-to-back at the World Series in 10-11. There's a called strike 3 and a big bender in there, and Spangenberg watched it go by. Second strikeout for Chase Anderson.
Hey, he's had real good break on that curveball. I mean, sharp break. That one really not a perfect pitch. It was a hanger, but it fooled him. Spangenberg watched it go by, and as you mentioned, sometimes pitches that aren't that great end up being outs.
So here's Austin Hedges with 2 away. Hedges has some power as well. He has 11 homers, 34 driven in. Padres won 3 in a row from the Cincinnati Reds prior to arriving here in Milwaukee. Looked like they had one in control yesterday, jumping out 4-0 on the Brewers. Pitching's been their problem. And Rock gave you the numbers on the offense, and it of course works hand in hand as well, because you get a team that find themselves down or feeling like they can't keep a lead. It puts a lot of pressure on the offense to score runs.
Right.
And so it all works together. You can't lay it on one aspect or the other. I think the Padres do like the idea of having their young players in the majors. They're getting a good look at them now, and you can tell they have a lot of talent in their big league roster and in their system.
A lot of raw talent that needs to learn how to play at this level. They've been pretty good at home, but one of the worst records on the road. 10-23 of the Padres. Only the Phillies have a worse road record.
Well, they've got a young manager who's seen a lot. Long path through the minor leagues, had a couple of big league years with the Diamondbacks. He played in Japan, so he can relate on a number of levels. He's a baseball grinder, is Andy Green.
Yeah, very similar styles for these two managers in this game. Guys that were able to get the most out of their abilities by being smart, thinking about the game. Students of the game, both of them.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the second inning, and Anderson delivers, and a foul ball out of play by Hedges. A run is on the board on a Yangervis Solarte home run. You like the powder blue accents?
I do. I feel like I'm back in college playing the University of North Carolina.
That's right. Good call. Yeah, it has that look to it.
Yeah.
Father's Day weekend, and a weekend baseball designates to fight prostate cancer. Fly ball to left. Perez is there, and that'll do it for the Padres in the second inning. So San Diego is on the board. Solarte goes deep. It's 1-0 Padres. Solarte, and by the way, today we are participating in the home run challenge. Every home run and strikeout in this game raises money for prostate cancer research. Since June 1st, $3.3 million have been raised in this challenge, and you can make a pledge by going to homerunchallenge.org. You'll see a lot of the light blue accents and MLB's initiative to attack prostate cancer with fundraising and awareness. And a lot of players are thinking about their dads, and we think about all of our dads, and if you've lost your father, and we're thinking about you this weekend too, because that can be a difficult time.
Yep, Keep Dad in the Game campaign.
Good looking gear. All the light blue stuff. Travis Shaw is a new dad. Daughter Ryan, born last week. She's in a battle with a heart condition. It's been an incredible story of family coming together and friends coming together, and meanwhile Shaw still competing at a high level on the field. His daughter is still trying to fight a heart defect, born last week. We're thinking about him on this Father's Day as well, and his family.
Surgeries went well, and hope the best.
Travis's daughter is at Children's Hospital Milwaukee, and as folks around here know, it's one of the great hospitals in the world, and Travis found that out as they were investigating, knowing that this was going to be a possibility when they found out about the heart defect, and they're experiencing the great work and the great hands that are involved over there at Children's. And it's always a great time to recognize those folks who do great work every day, not just for children of major league players when it comes up on this spotlight, but the everyday walk that they provide is fantastic. There's a swing and a miss, and 4 consecutive strikeouts to start the game for Dinelson Lamet.
And that is a nasty breaking pitch. That's a slider that time. They're coming off 2 tragic starts. There you see the grip, the rotation, and down and in. So he's been able to handle the 3 lefties pretty well. Remember, coming in, lefties had hit him pretty well. Right-handers not so much, but lefties have had good success on him in 4 starts.
Hernan Perez back in the lineup today. Had a pinch hit appearance yesterday, and we just hung around for 1 pitch. Made contact and lined out, but that was all for his day yesterday as he skies one foul territory. Myers is going to give it a look, and 4 rows up.
He mentioned he was an international free agent, was Lamet. Back in 2014 he signed. He has blown through the minor league system. He pitched at 3 different levels of the Padres system last year: A, AA, AAA. And if you catch him on a day where he's got his good stuff, he could be in trouble.
And he looks like he's got his good stuff going early today. He has struck out the first 4 batters. 1 ball, 1 strike on Perez. That fastball is real. That thing 95 miles an hour up in the zone. He's moved it up and down, in and out.
Well, the first time these hitters have seen him. We'll see what happens second time through. Adjustments have been made, and we'll see if Lamet makes adjustments or the Brewers hitters.
1-2 pitch. Another strikeout. Goodness. 5 consecutive Ks to start this game.
Hey, bring Dad to the ballpark for Father's Day. That's tomorrow afternoon. The first 20,000 fans at the game for the Cruz matchup against these Padres. We'll get a Brewers golf umbrella courtesy of Palermo's Frozen Pizza. Great seats are still available at Brewers.com.
Roof is open. Some clouds in the sky. Maybe some showers in and around the area, but so far so good here at Miller Park. It's a beautiful day. As Jet Bandy sends one to shallow center field. Back is Cordoba, and he makes a catch. The first non-strikeout, but 6 up and 6 down, and Lamet is rolling early here in Milwaukee. Arcia. See some of his defensive ranks, 331 chances. That's tops in all of Major League Baseball, getting a lot of ground balls his way. And he has been just fantastic. The double plays turned, impressive. The defensive run saved, impressive. And it's Rockets, not just the routine play, which he makes most of the time, but he's got the knack for the spectacular as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, he's made some incredible plays, so far this year. And check this one out. This might be the best of them all. And look at the throwing arm. I mean, basically flat-footed, able to get the out at first base. I mean, that was an incredible play. He just has instincts that you can't teach. And you saw he was first in put out because he catches just about every pop-up that's hit. I mean, he'll run 100 yards to catch a pop-up, call guys off. You like the way he plays. Yeah. He enjoys what he's doing. He has a lot of energy, and that's contagious.
Yeah, he's always in a good mood, all smiles all the time. Starting to settle in as a big leaguer now. He made his Major League debut against San Diego in San Diego last year. So the Padres have a special spot for him. Alan Cordoba leading off for San Diego, and right to Arcia on cue, fires off balance, and man, it just keeps coming every day. There's another one for the highlight reel right there. That is not an easy play, folks, and Cordoba runs extremely well.
And that's why he had to do what he did. I mean, he didn't feel as though he could set himself and make a strong throw. He had to, keep going, and off balance sidearm, able to get the ball right to Thames at first. Very rarely, if ever, does he make a bad throw, and that one, a beauty.
That play last night was in the top of the 10th inning, and it just felt like the energy that a great defensive play can give a ball club. And they go into the dugout, of course, Thames with the dramatics, but even Eric Thames referenced that play by Arcia last night in his interview, and he is just something special to watch. The Brewers might have found a potential Gold Glove shortstop. He's only 22.
I mean, he's so good defensively that whatever he does offensively is just a bonus, but he's starting to figure it out at the plate as well. Starting to pull the ball a little bit more.
You like the childlike enthusiasm that he brings to the ballpark every day as well. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the Brewers Live pregame show, but this was great. Watch it. Jerry Augustine's all deep and wrapped up into a pitching discussion, and Arcia just comes in having a little fun, working the camera.
Nice and quiet. Augie doesn't even know he's there.
And a strikeout for Anderson. He gets his mound opponent, gives him a taste of his own medicine. Augie did eventually realize it, and then Arcia moved on, but he's like that with everybody every day. There was a rain delay in St. Louis the other day. All the players are in the clubhouse except for Arcia, who's in the dugout playing catch with a fan in the stands.
Yeah.
And he's in the dugout with a catcher's mitt. The fan is kind of on the side of the dugout in the seats. And he's just having a catch. He was getting down in a catcher's squat and calling balls and strikes for this young fan who was left-handed and was throwing the baseball.
Just loves the game, just loves playing baseball. And I tell you, that kind of, as you mentioned, that youthful exuberance, that young, hungry attitude rubs off on a lot of guys. Ryan Braun was talking about that in spring training. All the young players, not just Arcia, but a lot of these other guys. I mean, it really gives you an extra perspective, a different perspective. These guys just loving what they're doing. Sometimes you can forget, if you've been in this game a while, how fun it is and how much you should appreciate the opportunity to play in the major league. Not that Ryan has, but some players do. They forget about that. And these young players maybe sometimes remind them how good it is.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's another guy who is full of life. Hernan Perez, always quick with a smile. Driven in the air to right center. Broxton coming over. He'll give way to Santana. And as the roof closes here at Miller Park, Chase Anderson works through a 3-up, 3-down third. home run binge here lately, Keon Broxton, and he's due up in this bottom of the third. He'll lead off, and take a look at the Powerball home run leaderboard and the numbers for Broxton. We show you the 4 because he has homered 4 times in his last 6 games, and he has 9 RBIs in those 6 games. And he hit one last night that was maybe one of the biggest of the year, a 3-run shot that tied the game with the Brewers down 4-1, and that helped erase a 4-0 deficit at one point.
You know, he can get some yardage on his home runs, can he? Amazing.
He hit the longest ever home run in St. Louis on Thursday, which was measured at 489 feet. Longest home run in that ballpark, which has been open since '06.
When you think about the 2 home runs that Thames has hit, last 2 have hit the top of the wall and bounced over. They both count the same.
Wall scrapers. You know exactly how far he hit those. Just got to go on the measurement of the wall, right? By inches. So Broxton will start it. Brewers down 1-0. And Lamet, who is dealing early, started the game striking out the first 5 Brewers before Jed Bandy flew out to center field. It's the only non-strikeout of the game so far. I saw Andy Green, by the way, the manager of the Padres, come out between innings. What do you figure that was? You think it's about the roof
Maybe
closing?
something about the roof. I'm not sure how that would affect his pitcher. I would imagine that would affect the hitters more than anything, but you know, these guys are so dialed in. I don't think anything bothers them too much.
Broxton fouls it away. It takes about 10 minutes to close, and the lighting does change.
And you know what that means, don't you? We got some weather coming in.
Yeah, rain in the area, so we got a couple innings in with the roof open. But once they close it, they typically do not reopen the roof even if things clear up. This will probably be the way we'll play it the rest of the day. It's good to have the option, though, huh?
No kidding. No stoppages here.
Two and two the count on Broxton. Dinelson Lamet with a big fastball so far and a nasty slider, and he has his 6th strikeout to the first 7 batters he has faced. Boy.
Inconsistent. He's young, but he is on his game so far today. Check that out. I mean, that was a strike for a very short period of time. Yeah, the slider at 90 miles an hour, maybe the hardest one he's thrown so far.
We're having a chat with our old friend Trevor Hoffman, who's back in San Diego. He works with the Padres and not with the team here in Milwaukee, but he is a big fan of Lamet. Likes his poise. You know, he talked about his stuff a little bit, and it is electric, and we're seeing that it can be. But one thing he mentioned is the fact that Lamet, a young pitcher, starting to connect with the young catcher in Austin Hedges, and sometimes you forget that perspective with a young pitcher on a big league mound. And you know, it'd be nice to pair him with a long-time veteran catcher, but these Padres are all figuring it out for themselves together.
Yep, growing pains, sometimes good, sometimes bad. And yeah, but the Padres expect that, right? I mean, having a rough time of it, a very tough division, and they're okay with that as long as they feel like there's some progress being made.
Well, Trevor was pointing out that San Diego, the organization, likes the poise of Lamet. He made his first start against the Mets in New York and pitched well there. He handled all of that. His first big league start in the big city in New York on the big stage. Went 5 innings and only 1 run in that game, and he struck out 8. His first 2 starts in the major leagues against the Mets and the Cubs, he combined for 16 strikeouts in 10 innings. That ball's hit hard center field. Arcia sends one deep, and it's off the wall. This has got a chance to go all the way around. Arcia around third. He's coming home. It's going to be an inside the park home run. does it. And he's gassed.
Well, too gassed to go through the gauntlet, right? And take it easy on me, guys. I'm telling you what, he crossed home plate. That ball barely picked up in the outfield, and when that ball went off that angle out there in center field, you knew he had a shot.
That's the first inside the park home run for the Brewers since 2012. Nori Aoki had one in April of that year, 5 years ago, against Colorado. Prince Fielder has an inside the park home run for the Brewers. Matter of fact, Fielder has 2 of them in franchise history.
Had one in Minnesota in the old Metrodome.
Well, those are thrilling. I mean, you know, they say, and I've always felt, the triple is the most exciting play in baseball. But I tell you, an inside the park home run, they are rare.
They only say the triple is because you see more of those.
Right. You could tell once it hit that side wall. And by the way, the design of the outfield wall was designed that way by Robin Yount, specifically to bring the triple into play in this ballpark with a fairly symmetrical outfield wall, as Anderson breaks his bat, and that'll be the second out. So I'm sure Robin Yount didn't imagine it'd go for an inside the park home run, but check out the mad dash.
Yeah, look how shallow they're playing out there. Cordero's a long way to go. He can't get to it. He's too close to the wall, and really Corella didn't back it up too well. He was just kind of drifting over towards center field, and he barely touches that baseball, and there he is, crossing home plate. That was one of the easier inside the park home runs you'll ever see. Normally you have a play at the plate.
Right.
Not even close.
What a story. First he makes a great play last inning defensively, and then he comes up with an inside the park home run and ties the game at 1.
But how about this series, though? Every run a home run.
Still
because of a home run.
13 runs that have been scored in this series, all produced by a home run. And there's a base hit. Sogard slaps one into left field.
Yeah, this is what I'm anxious to see, how this Brewers offense adjusts to what Lamet is doing out there. Lamet dominated through the first 7 hitters. Second time through, let's see what the Brewers are able to do.
Eric Dames with 2 away. Sogard at first. And strike 1 to Thames, who was a strikeout victim in the first inning.
You know, when you look at scouting reports, you know, they says he has a pretty good slider and a curveball, but you know, and that's in your head, but you really don't know how it reacts when it gets to home plate, and it's only until you see that where you're able to make adjustments. That's why pitchers like Lamet in this situation normally have an advantage. You get a sense for what the spin is, how hard it is, when it breaks. And now the Brewers have seen it once.
One ball, one strike. Sogard at first, a 2-out single. And that one's driven deep right center field. It's got some heat on it, and it is gone. My goodness. A frozen rope to the back wall behind the fence. A 2-run home run by Eric Dames. That's one of the hardest hit balls of the year right there. I guarantee it.
Yep, home run number 20.
4 straight games homering for Eric Dames. And he is the National League leader now, Rock.
Yeah, and the only question was that going to be high enough, and that was a bomb. That was a bullet. The breaking pitch, the same pitch that he struck out on the first time up. He gets one down the middle of the plate, and this is a frozen rope. right off the back of the fence and into play, and Brewers now with a 2-run lead. 2 more runs courtesy of a home run ball.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that is something else.
Can't hit it any harder than that. You just can't.
3-1 Brewers. Inside the park home run, now a 2-run bullet by Eric Thames. All that talk about the wall scrapers and the last 2 home runs for him that have actually hit the wall and caromed out. There was no question that was going to fly. Santana with a big swing and a miss to end the inning. What an inning it was. Thrilling inning. The excitement level is back in Milwaukee. This baseball team has something going on inside the Parker for Arcia. Thames hits a rocket out of here, a 2-run shot. Couple of trips down the slide for Bernie, courtesy of Quick Trip. 3-1 Milwaukee. Orlando Arcia with the 27th career inside the park home run in Brewers franchise history, and Eric Thames did it the old-fashioned way. He just poleaxed one off the back wall.
Yeah, Brewers now with 100 homers.
That left the bat of Thames, by the way, at 106 miles an hour. Hit it 407 feet on a line. And so the Brewers now lead it, and still every run in this series. 14 of them have been produced by the home run. Franchi Cordero leads off.
Are you all right if I reference Brewers live pregame today? Brewers had 98 homers coming into today's game.
Yeah.
That was a franchise record through 69 games.
Okay.
They passed the 1980 Bambi's Bombers record of 97 home runs. That was the year that Ben Ogilvy led the Brewers in home runs with 41.
Well, you could certainly see Eric Thames hitting 40 this year. Certainly at this pace, he'll be in higher reaches than that. So the Brewers, you're saying, are on a pace.
Yeah.
The least favorite phrase in your broadcasting.
Yeah, and I'm not going to tell you what they're on a pace for because I don't believe that, but it was worked out.
For 11 years, I've been saying things like on a pace, and I've been getting all these looks.
What do you say the second week in April?
That's true.
Well, nah, just kidding. But
what that means is, as I said in the pregame show, we've got to be a little more creative and try to find a nickname for this team.
I thought we came up with one, but it hadn't stuck. Council's Crushers. You don't like it?
I don't like that at all.
All right.
Sounds like an ice cream.
Maybe a professional
wrestler.
One
was that one of LePay's?
No, I came up with it.
Oh,
it's right off the top of my head, and I think you knew that. That's why you don't like it.
I think the alliteration is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but makes me want to eat some custard. Put a little of that Council Crusher
there's
on
a little
there.
bit of that in that clubhouse too, I think. These young guys can eat.
Speaking of eating, our buddy Seth, you know, our chef Seth.
Yeah.
He brought some goodies up here for us to try. I know you know that because you've already
Well, I went back
wiped
there.
out half of it, but
The hopped up burger might be the best burger I've ever eaten in my life.
oh wow.
It's up at the club level.
Swinging a liner into right center field. Santana's able to cut it off.
And I've eaten a few burgers. It's got a venison burger. Very creative.
Yeah.
Seth is. And a check this out, a duck confit, grilled cheese.
Duck.
I don't know what that is. Duck confit. It sounds good, but a duck confit grilled cheese.
Oh, that's nice. What? Tell me more about the venison burger, because I haven't really. I mean, I've had venison before.
I haven't gotten to that point.
Oh.
You jumped the gun.
Okay, sorry. I saw a couple of empty plates back there. I figured you knocked it back.
No.
All right. Well, maybe next inning. Will Myers fouls one away.
To say nothing about the food he brings us every day.
He's a great chef. He's got a real,
very creative.
He's a real artist,
Yeah,
man.
it is.
I'm enjoying Chef Seth. And as long as he keeps feeding us up here, you know, we're kind of his audience. We're his canvas. He creates these dishes. He brings them up to us. If they pass the Bill Schroeder test, then they go into the market.
Yeah, he texted me this morning. He heard from, you know, a buddy of his that we were talking about his food last night.
Well, that's easy. We'll be doing that every night.
And I said we weren't asking for anything. We're just saying that you bring stuff up to us because we're not able to get down to the concourse when the concession stands are open. We're up here working. And he took that to mean we were looking for food. And I said, if you want to bring some up today to make up for it, go ahead.
That's good. Now we got our bit down. Whenever we get hungry. 1 ball, 1 strike on Myers. And a swing and a foul.
I think he brought something over to Mark Grant too.
I will tell you that if you haven't been to Miller Park, I said this yesterday, but it is fantastic. Rick Schlesinger deserves a lot of credit, and his team that put that together. The way they have recreated the dining experience here at the ballpark in the concourses of the field level and the Lowe's level. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah. You can stand in line, not miss a pitch.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Oh, and a called strike 3. A little bit of a late call, but Myers with an about face. And Chase Anderson picks up his 4th K, first out of the 4th inning.
Well, location raw speed has been tremendous for Chase Anderson. You can see that one a little bit off the outside corner. Change up. Gets the call because he's been around the plate. And Brian Honora rings it up. Close enough to swing at.
Here is Solarte. Homered his last time up. Only run of the game for the Padres. Chase has given up 2 hits. That home run to start the 2nd, and then the double to start this 4th inning.
Yep, hit a changeup out of the ballpark.
Solarte is having a trending social media experience today. He probably doesn't know it yet, but he was dancing in the clubhouse before the game, and it's kind of all over Twitter. Just do a little search, you'll see what I mean. A good way to get loose, I suppose, and he'll probably be doing it again after he's homered. Ball players don't like to break from routine when they're going well at the plate. He's going to have a tough time keeping that one up, though.
Yeah. That's a much better way to get loose before a game than what we used to do. You know, ankle weights and you know, the rubber suit to start sweating.
The rubber suit.
Walking around with a donut and a cup of coffee.
How'd your rubber suit look? Oh,
remember,
boy.
those are pretty popular back in those days.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember those pullovers. You did get a good lather going in there.
Not much ventilation. What we thought was good for you back then is just
You know, today, these days, people can't believe we did that. Taking salt pills and
Yeah. Rubber suits,
yeah,
salt pills,
ankle weights,
a couple of cigarettes every now and then. I mean, that was a popular promotion back in the 50s. All the players were doing cigarette ads. Solarte leans out over one.
Man, we know better these days.
Yeah, we do. Thank goodness. Solarte hanging tough, 2-2 the count. Chase Anderson with one out here in the fourth. The Brewers just had a 3-run third inning, very exciting inning. Inside the park home run by Arcia, and then a 2-out single by Sogard, and then Eric Thames for the 4th consecutive game homered, a 2-run shot to make it 3-1. Anderson looking for a double play ball. The shift is on. And Solarte sends one out to left field. Little lazy fly ball for Perez. Out number 2.
Well, you're going to want to be sure to be at Miller Park, I should say, this coming Monday night, because the Brewers are giving away an Eric Thames Revere the Beard T-shirt to all fans in attendance for their matchup against the Pirates, courtesy of BP Come On Back Club. Visit Brewers.com for tickets.
That's how we make rock disappear. Thames actually may need one of these T-shirts after last night. Shredded his jersey, shredded his undershirt. Pena just couldn't quite make it as he wanted to. You know, it was a little embarrassing there for Manny Pineapple.
Yeah, not a tearaway.
As I said, only Thames could rip that shirt.
Yeah.
I saw Eric. He was really disappointed about that undershirt.
Is that his lucky?
I think that's one of these long time, he's been hanging on to it, good luck type thing. And Manny Pineapple ripped it. So he got a new one. He said he had to bring one from home. There's a line drive to left. That's going to be a fair ball down into the corner. Perez gets to it. They're going to send the runner. Got a chance here. Oh, Arcia can't handle the short hop. And a run is in. If Arcia comes up with it cleanly, he'll have a shot at the plate. But Cordero, who runs well, scores on the double by Renfroe.
Yeah, right off the end of the bat, he was out in front, but able to just get it inside the left field line. Perez played it perfectly, but short hops Arcia, and that cost him the out at home, perhaps. Would have been a great play to get him, but they would have had a shot.
Double number 14 for Renfroe, who has 15 homers as well. This is a rookie putting up these big numbers already. And it's 3-2 now. Brewers lead by a run. Runner at second for Spangenberg. Curveball strike from Chase Anderson.
Yeah, first time in 5 starts that Anderson has given him more than 1 run. That's how good he's been.
Yeah, it's strange to look at the final score of his last start. The Brewers lost the game 11-1 in Arizona. And you see 11-1 and you say, well, that must have been a tough day for the starting pitcher, but that was not the case. Chase Anderson went 6 innings, only 1 run in that game. He struck out 8.
And bullpen had a rough time of it. That was Sunday.
Complete collapse in the last 3 innings in the final game of the series against the Diamondbacks. Anderson left that game with the Diamondbacks in the lead. He took the loss. It snapped a streak of 3 straight wins for Anderson, where he had gone at least 7 innings in those 3 wins, and one of those was the gem, the best game, he said, of his career against Arizona here at Miller Park, when he took a no-hitter to the 8th and he struck out a career high 11 in 7 innings. Pickoff play, and Arcia drops the ball, and Renfroe is on his way to third base.
Yeah, that's going to be an E6 right there. I mean, tried to slap the tag a little bit too quickly and not able to get him. Not even able to get the baseball. The slap tag a little bit too quick. And I would imagine that will be an error on Arcia.
Yeah, indeed it is. E6 on Orlando Arcia. Arcia had a long errorless streak going, even going back to last season on into this year. He went 42 games without committing an error. It's only the 8th error of the season for Arcia. And we showed you the graphic if you weren't with us earlier. Arcia leads the majors in chances at the shortstop position, and to only have 8 errors now.
And a lot of that has to do with the way the Brewers position Arcia. They move him all over the place. Sometimes he's playing where the second baseman normally would be on a dead pull left-handed hitter. Right now he's up the middle.
1-2 to Spangenberg. Got a runner at third now and a foul ball.
I guess you know, the thinking is you want your best fielder in a position to make the most plays.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see him in the hole on the shift. He'll flip-flop with Sogard. See him out in what would be the second base position. Back-to-back games now with an error for Arcia. Brewers do shift a lot. They move players around even in the middle of an at-bat. 1-2 pitch, high fastball, got him. Put it right on the spot. Spangenberg is out. Inning is over, but the Padres score. They get a run on a double by Renfroe. And the roof is closed now with rain in the area. The can't miss event of the Summer Rock hits South Beach. Baseball's biggest stars will take the field for the MLB All-Star Game July 11th. It's only on Fox. Now the Brewers have a couple of candidates maybe in the position player side of things. Travis Shaw is having a great year. He is the top run producer for the Brewers. Been one of the best hitting third basemen in the National League this year as far as batting average goes. 47 RBIs this year for Travis Shaw. He hit a bomb off the scoreboard yesterday. You figure Shaw, maybe Eric Thames. You could make a case for Corey Knebel in the Brewers bullpen as the closer.
Wonderful trade pulled off by David Stearns, with the Boston Red Sox. Tyler Thornburg out for the season. He's undergoing surgery.
Yeah, Thornburg's going to have the thoracic outlet surgery, which Shaw sends one to right. was out in front of an off-speed pitch, and that is the first out of the inning.
You feel bad for Tyler. I mean, but you know, the year he had last year ended up being a closer for Milwaukee, and you know, the issue with Thornburg always was, can he stay healthy? I think the Brewers very wise in trading him over the offseason, but once again he has not been able to stay on the field.
Well, hopefully this surgery is going to be a career saver for Thornburg. A lot of guys have had it. They actually remove a rib near the shoulder up in the chest cavity, and that rib apparently blocks blood flow, and it creates all kind of problems with the shoulder and shoulder fatigue and tightness. And of course, when you're having that and you change your mechanics a little, that can cause elbow problems on down the chain. So we're wishing the best for Tyler Thornburg. He's a very good pitcher and a great competitor. And when he comes back from the surgery, the Red Sox will have what they hoped they would get, I think.
Yeah, because when he's healthy, he's tough. I mean, he's good.
Hernan Perez lines one to left field, a base hit. Thinking about two. Perez will make the turn, and he'll settle for a single.
The second time through for the Brewers has been much more productive. Yeah, understand a little bit better what Lamet is offering up there. Fastball down, and Perez able to turn on it. Fourth hit from Milwaukee.
Brewers had 3 hits in the third, scoring all 3 of the runs. Inside the park homer by Arcia, 2-run home run from Thames. Jet Bandy now with a man on, 1 out. There's a strike. Bandy in a slump right now. He's trying to fight his way out of it. Just 1 hit in his last 34 at bats. Flew out to center field his last time up. Bandy and Manny Pena sharing the catching duties. They've had a good run. Bandy's bat has slowed down. That's only part of the story for a catcher, though. These guys spend a lot of time working with the pitchers, game planning, watching video of the opposing hitters. Every day when you come to the ballpark, walk through the clubhouse as the team, before they go out for batting practice, there's always a meeting with the pitching coach, the 2 catchers, and the starting pitcher that night. Which is no big deal, but then you think about the everyday nature of that, and it's the one position player that has to do so much more than any other.
Yeah, I think that if one of the 2 were to play, you know, 5-6 days a week, I think the production would go down. Takes a lot out of you behind home plate. I think the fact that they're sharing duties is why both of them have been fairly productive. Bandy in a little bit of a slump right now.
Yeah, this is a slump that's taken him from hitting .283 to .218 during the stretch, and he swings and misses. The pitch is in the dirt. Perez will end up at second base. Throw almost gets away. It's a strikeout for Lamet, number 8. 2 outs in the inning. Perez does advance. Wild pitch will get Perez to second.
Yeah, Jet just not seeing the baseball very well right now. That's that slider. It's been a good one. A good block by Hedges, but not able to keep it close enough for Perez to stay at first base. So he's in scoring position. He was thinking about third.
Hernan with a 1-out single to start this inning. And now 2 men are out. Keon Broxton coming up. Broxton, a strikeout victim his first time up. One of the 8 on the board for Dinelson Lamet. Yeah, there's the rain.
Did you close the windows in your car?
You know what? I meant to do that. They brought the convertible today.
Which one?
My Saturday convertible. Which one? It's a good one. Swing and a miss by Broxton. I don't think they have a roof over at Aaron Hills, but if they do, they want to get that thing closed pretty soon.
Well, as long as it doesn't thunder and lightning, right? And lightning, they
golfers are probably glad to see the rain soften up that course a little bit.
pull things off.
That'll give you some birdie chances. It's not supposed to be around too long, though. Just today. Tomorrow we're expecting not just sunny skies, but temperatures in the 70s tomorrow.
Nice.
Perfect. That'll be great. They'll play through the rain. This is not the kind of rain that they would stop golf for. So you keep both active. U.S. Open out at Aaron Hills. Keep the Brewers up. We'll let you know what you need to know from the U.S. Open. Had a good ball game going today again. Looks like Broxton shortened up his swing a little bit. Maybe a little strikeout conscience. He has had an opposite field approach the last 2 swings.
He'd like to have that last pitch back. Lamet just hung a slider to him.
This is a series that features the top 2 strikeout men in the league from an offensive perspective. Broxton leads the league in Ks with 93. Will Myers is second in the league with 83. And down he goes. So another strikeout, number 9, which is a new career high for Dinelson Lamet. Brewers come up empty in the 4th, 3-2 Milwaukee. Marcus Stroman on the mound. Todd Frazier launches. Wow, that one had some distance, huh? White Sox hit 3 homers off Marcus Stroman. Stroman emerging as one of the game's top pitchers, and he's having a tough day today. Abreu hit the final home run. That was whistled out of there, huh? Guy's got a lot of power.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, Stroman, a big-time ground ball pitcher, too.
So that's the big story so far. The White Sox giving the Blue Jays a little taste of their own medicine. Austin Hedges will lead off for San Diego. Flew out to left his last time up, and a little slow roller foul. "16 games in the big leagues today, partner. There's a doubleheader in Minnesota. White Sox Blue Jays the first to finish.
They're all splits these days, right?
Split doubleheader. Yep, you're right. Indians are leading the Twins 9-3 in game 1. That's in the 9th inning, and then they'll do whatever they're going to do for the next few hours and then play a night game in Minnesota. We had one of those, the Brewers and the Cardinals, this past week in St. Louis. Brewers earned a split. Feels like most doubleheaders end up as a split. Oh, up and in. Hedges diving over the plate, almost got hit. Cubs and Pirates are later tonight. Cubs won last night, got back to 500. Brewers still the only team over 500 in the division. In first place, 2.5 games ahead of the Cubs. Cardinals are in Baltimore, and the Orioles are out in front early. Ton of offense in that game. It's 9-3. Baltimore had a 7-run second inning off Adam Wainwright. Wainwright has given up 9 earnings, or gave up 9 earnings in an inning and 2/3. Bouncing ball. Thames is over. He's got a long throw. It's a good one. Nice. Anderson right there for him.
And nice play. I mean, Thames, I think, initially hesitated, and then he realized that he was the only guy over there. Able to get the ground ball, and Chase Anderson very quickly able to get over to first base. Good feed by Thames. Leads him well, and they get the out. Nice play.
What do you got on Thames defensively this year? What have you seen?
Been tremendous. I mean, he's been very good. I mean, he saved some errors on short hops. He has good range, and his throws over to first base, or I should say, first base and his second on double plays have been solid.
I thought spring training, as we watched him play, that was really the big question. That's a liner into center field. Broxton got a good jump, and he's there to make the catch for the second out of the inning. And Cordova is out.
I would say Thames is above average over at first base. I think the Brewers have 2 first basemen that are very good defensively.
I thought maybe his throwing might be a concern, because he didn't throw the ball well or often in spring training, but that's actually been good. I mean, he showed a good arm. I think moving out to the outfield a little bit has helped Thames as well. He stretched it out a little bit.
Every now and again you see Aguilar come in for defense. Aguilar outstanding at first.
Might see Aguilar get a start tomorrow at first. Swing and a miss. The pitcher at the plate, Lamet. Anderson trying to make quick work of him. He's got him 0-2. Padres have another right-hander on the mound tomorrow afternoon for the finale. So Counsell will certainly want to keep as many lefties as he can in there. But you don't want Aguilar sitting for too long either. He hasn't played much lately with Thames on a hot streak. There's Jesus. He's been a good pinch hitter this season. 1-2 the count. Got him. Inning over. Strikeout number 6 for Chase Anderson. Arcia is going to lead off. Last time up had an inside the park home run. First of his career. Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. And by Toyota. Let's go places. Roof is all closed up. Good to see the sun has popped back out after a little rainstorm came through. Orlando Arcia with an inside the park home run. He tied the game in the third inning. He is in our Jimmy John's delivery of the game. He almost hit it out of the ballpark, but it hit that angled wall in center designed by Robin Yount, and he was off to the races after that.
And it wasn't even close at home plate. You know, standing up all the way, and you see how quickly he got out of the box. I mean, he's running at full speed all the way around the bases and made it an easy inside the park home run.
Arcia with his 5th home run of the season.
He's too young to be Cadillacing home runs.
Right.
That comes later.
Orlando will lead off this 5th inning. It's 3-2 Milwaukee. Dinelson Lamet back on the mound for the Padres. He's had a big strikeout game, and he's got a defensive wave and a miss from Arcia right there. Some of the notes on the inside the park home run, courtesy of our buddy Zach Weber in the media relations department. 27th inside the park home run in franchise history, last done Nori Aoki in 2012. And here at Miller Park, it is the 8th occasion that a Brewer has recorded an inside the park homer. Interesting note about inside the park home runs. Our stats man Mike Faulkner remembers a time when Willie Wilson set a major league record for inside the parkers in a season. Take a guess, or in a career I should say. Willie Wilson, you remember him?
Yeah.
Very fast.
I played against him yeah.
With the Royals. He had 12 inside the park home runs in a career.
Yeah, wow.
Man. Swing and a miss, and Arcia is strikeout victim number 10.
He was one of the fastest guys I'd ever played against. Willie Wilson.
Some pretty good names on the inside the park home run career list. Willie Wilson has 12 in his career, the most ever. Then Lou Brock and Roberto Clemente each had 8 apiece in their career, tied for second. The rarely looked up inside the park home run list. Ballparks have a lot to do with it.
Yeah, they're a lot smaller these days, right? And there was a time when they were pretty symmetrical, you know, the multi-purpose stadiums. The ballparks now with the nooks and crannies, different angles as you go around the outfield, it makes it interesting, makes it a little bit more difficult to play defense out there.
Chase Anderson is out on 3 pitches. 11 strikeouts, 4 in a row now.
Hey, this upcoming Wednesday, June 21st, the Brewers and Packers team up for a Pack at the Park. This special ticket package includes a seat for the Brewers matchup with the Pirates, plus a green and gold Brewers hat. Visit brewers.com/theme nights.
Good looking hat. And for many, many people, combining their 2 favorite things, the Brewers and the Packers. 2 outs. Here is Sogard. Had a single his last time up. He scored a run, as you see his day at the plate, courtesy of Wendy's. He was on when Eric Thames homered. There was finally a run scored in the series that was not courtesy of a home run. The double by Hunter Renfroe in the 4th that scored Cordero. 16 runs in this series, 15 of them produced by the home run ball. Brewers hit 4 last night.
And dropped the changeup right there. He's feeling pretty good out there on the mound tonight today. Changeup, sliders. And he's been very effective with the fastball, particularly good with the fastball up in the strike zone.
His pitch count's in good shape. Only 70. He's never pitched more than 5 innings in a big league game. His 5th major league start. Dinelson Lamet. You can see why the Padres are eager to keep him in the mix. This guy looks like he's got top of the rotation type material if he can put it all together. That's always a big question, though. He's 24 years of age. Little half swing. Did he go? He did not. A calm, cool, safe sign from third base umpire Paul Immel, who's also the crew chief. And now the count 3-2. Sogard trying to get Thames to the plate here in this 5th inning. Brewers lead by a run. Down the right field line, foul. Jumped on it, but got out ahead of it.
Tried to come up and in on Sogard and turned it around.
All 3 levels in the minor leagues last year for Lamet. A-ball, AA, AAA. And now here he is in the big leagues. Half swing foul. He started this season at AAA. Had a 3.23 earned run average in 8 starts. He'd racked up a bunch of strikeouts in AAA as well. 50 Ks in 39 innings. But he had 20 walks in 39 innings. So per 9 innings, he's walking about 4.5 batters per 9, which is too high. He cuts that down. There's a called strike 3. He got him. Sogard didn't like the call, and he's giving it to the home plate umpire a little bit on his way out.
Who's giving what to who, actually? Brian O'Neill chasing him down. Just let him go back to the dugout, sir.
He's still walking after him.
Everything's fine.
Good job, Sogard, for not turning back around. Sometimes emotions can flare right there. I think Honora was ready to throw him out had he turned around. Borderline pitch goes the way of the pitcher. Padres 3-2 Milwaukee on a 3-run 3rd inning. Eric Thames gave the Brewers the lead with a 2-run homer. Chase Anderson back to work. He's given up 2 runs on just 3 hits. Padres have a homer from Solarte and an RBI double from Hunter Renfroe. Jose Pirela leads off. Nice easy bounce for Shaw. 1 away. Padre leadoff hitter is 0 for 3. And here comes Franchy Cordero now. Cordero doubled his last time up. He hit a shot into right center and scored the second Padre run. Anderson struck him out in the first. Sounded like off the end of the bat a little bit, and a fly ball that'll hang up for Broxton. 2 gone in the 6th inning. Chase added about 15 pounds this offseason of good weight, as he calls it. He wanted to get stronger. He had a terrific finish to the season last season, but felt like there was a little more velocity in him, and you could see his legs. He really built up his legs, and knowing that that's where it all starts from, and he wanted to make sure he was durable and healthy for the long season, as it is for a starting pitcher. That can be a rigorous road through a season to get through it without an injury. Last year, Chase had a 4.39 ERA. He did make 30 starts.
Yeah, but finished very strong. I mean, 10-3. 271 earned run average over his last 25 starts, including 13 this year. So his last 12 last year, outstanding work, and has continued that, and actually had to earn his spot in the starting rotation in spring training, which I would imagine not the worst thing in the world.
Anderson's last 12 starts last year, he had a 2.56 ERA. And then came to spring training, and Craig Counsell made it known quickly that the only 2 spots that are secure in the 5-man rotation were Junior Guerra and Zach Davies. Myers sends one deep to left, and this game is going to be tied at 3 on a rocket by Will Myers. And he has homered in consecutive games, and the home run trend continues at Miller Park in this series. Number 14 for Myers.
Well, you can't leave one down the middle on this guy. I don't care what kind of pitch it is. And that's exactly what Chase did. One of his few mistakes on a slider that just spun up there right down the middle, and Myers didn't miss it. Knocked it out of here, all tied up. A hanging slider.
So with 2 outs, Padres even it up, and now Solarte, that's a little cue shot, and it'll stay foul.
Man, that ball wanted to start coming back toward fair territory, and that's why Travis Shaw went after it so quickly. Cue shot right off the end of the bat.
Jam shot this time. So one off the end of the bat, another one right off the hands, and Solarte finds himself down 0-2 in the count. 3 runs on the board for the Padres, the most Anderson has allowed since his start on May 21st against the Cubs, when he gave up 6. He's been on a great roll. Curveball fouled away. You know, you look at his year this year, and that's really the only bad start for Chase Anderson. That May 21st game at Wrigley Field. 6 earned runs, 4 innings. He took a loss. Every other game, he's been competitive. He's kept the team in the game. He's gotten himself 5 wins on the year, including 3 in a row leading up to his last start against the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, 2 runs or less in every start except for 3. That's pretty good work.
He's got about a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. 10 fewer hits than innings pitched. I mean, across the board, the numbers stack up really well for Chase Anderson, including a .283 earned run average beginning play today. 0-2 pitch off the end of the bat to center field, and Broxton is there. That will retire the side. Chase Anderson is through 6, 3 runs. We're all tied now, and Eric Dames ready to lead off. He's hit 4 homers in 4 games. Does he have another one in him? Found the hot stroke, homering in 4 consecutive games. That one was a game winner in the 9th inning in St. Louis. This was a walk-off home run last night. First walk-off of his big league career. And the home run earlier today snapped a 1-1 tie, gave the Brewers a 3-1 lead. So they have been clutch. And Dames leads off this 6th inning in a tie game, 3-3. We're all even up after Will Myers went deep in the top of this inning.
Would you say that the home runs for Thames come in bunches to be an understatement?
He's a binge home run hitter. And he leads the National League in home runs. It is 20th of the year. Powerball home run leaderboard. Those 20 sit atop the Brewers ball club. Travis Shaw has 12. He hit one of the 4 home runs last night. Eric Dames is the 2nd player in the majors to hit the 20 homer mark. Aaron Judge, the all-world rookie from the New York Yankees, has 23.
You wonder when they're going to figure that guy out, right? I mean, I think that they've tried everything, but he continues to hit everything they're throwing up there. Aaron Judge. Brewers are going to see him right before the All-Star break.
Yeah, 3-game series with the Yankees in the Bronx. 2-2 the count. Dames, high fly ball, gets under this one. And Cordero is over. If it ever comes down, it does finally. And 1 away.
Well, baseball's brightest stars take its biggest stage as Miami hosts a Midsummer Classic this year, and you can make sure your hometown 9 are well represented by going to Brewers.com/vote, and casket ballots filled with Brewers up to 5 times per day and 35 times total. There, Travis Shaw, you've got Eric Dames. You figure Corey Knebel is going to get the nod, or a pretty good chance he might get the nod. Doesn't have the big saves, but boy, what he's been able to do.
Yeah, and still have a month to go, a little less than a month to go. Knebel has 10 saves. Pitched last night in a tie game, worked a scoreless inning, kept his strikeout string alive. Big swing by Santana. Domingo Santana with 2 away, or check it with 1 away, and a little roller back to the mound. And a bang play at first. The ball comes out of the glove of Myers. Man, what a break that was. That was a perfect throw from Lamet, but Myers just dropped it.
Yeah, up the line just a little bit, but it was in the glove. That'll be an E3. Yeah, not sure what happens here. Got to it a little bit slowly, did Lamet. Yeah, good throw, but he just dropped it right out of the glove, and that keeps the inning alive. The ball sailed a little bit. I think he was concerned about, Santana coming into him. And he just dropped the baseball.
Yeah, it looked like a little contact there with the leg of Santana. And seeing that for a second time, not the best throw. I think the problem with that throw was it took a while for Lamet to pick it up and actually throw it, which put the runner in play. And that will be an error on Will Myers, but Lamet certainly bears some responsibility for that throw.
It was a little bit slow getting there. Lamet, he's a big dude. He's 6'4". Taking a while to bounce off that mound and get to it.
Travis Shaw now. Doors open for the Brewers. Go ahead run is on. Travis Shaw, slow roller out to second base. Solarte flips to second. The throw to first is in time. A double play. Slow developing play, but good arms around that San Diego infield, and they turn that into 2. A 4-6-3 double play. The Brewers are going to take a quick peek just to see if Shaw was there, and yeah, he's out. That's going to be the end of the inning. That's an easy call. So a 3-3 game. We're on our way to the 7th inning. Another tight one here between the Brewers and the Padres. Ball break brought to you by T-Mobile. The Oakland A's trading third baseman Trevor Plouffe to the Rays. And then Victor Martinez was released Saturday morning after spending 2 nights in the hospital. Had an irregular heartbeat. Not released from the team, released from the hospital. He will not be with the team. Very scary situation there for Victor Martinez, one of the great switch hitters in the game. So we're wishing him the best and the Tigers. Just didn't work out for Trevor Plouffe with the Oakland A's and a personality conflict.
Yeah.
Let's hope Plouffe will get it going in Tampa Bay. Chase Anderson's back on the mound. It is a 3-3 game. The total board is identical right now. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 1 left on for both clubs. And Anderson working in the 7th takes a strike.
Can't get much more even than that, can you? I wasn't sure what I wasn't sure what else to say about that.
That's good analysis, Rock. That ball hit Renfroe, clipped him on the elbow, and it's a lead man on. I mean, it's okay to just let it go by.
Oh, I felt like I needed to say something, so that's pretty even.
I appreciate that. They don't call him the best color man in the league for nothing. Full service TV analyst Bill Schroeder in year number 73 in the booth here.
I was trying to come up with something really witty. I just couldn't.
How many years? 23?
Something like that. Doesn't seem like that many. It's been fun. 11 with you.
11, my 11th. I've outlasted every other play-by-play announcer. Thames has got it. Chance to turn it here. Arcia back to Anderson. Not in time. Spangenberg can really run. That was a beautifully turned double play, but Spangenberg beats it down the line. But you like the way the Brewers are flipping the biscuit around in that sequence.
And Chase Anderson really busted it over to first base. You got to be quick over there, you know, to give your shortstop, you know, the confidence to throw that baseball. He actually has to throw it before a pitcher's actually there. Everything getting there at about the same time. You can see Spangenberg beats it at first base, but a good effort by the Brewers to turn their first double play of the day.
Anderson's a very athletic pitcher as well. Fields his position well. Countil and his group did take a quick look, but clearly safe, so we play on. And here comes Austin Hedges and Jet Bandy doing a little maintenance. Now Brian O'Nora says,
giving Chase a little bit of a breather after covering first base.
Not smart by the catcher, though. He sees a little notch in the dirt, and you're trying to block baseballs. You don't want to hit a divot.
He actually kicked that into a pothole so that he can get a little bit more time.
Oh, it's all part of the plan.
And then ask Brian O'Nora, you fix that, please?
I get it. It's a trap.
Smart.
Did you ever just stand up and kick a bunch of dirt over home plate and say, oh, the plate's really messy. Can you go sweep that off? You did, didn't you?
I think I might have done that from time to time when I was a little bit perturbed.
I knew you did that. You're debating whether you wanted to
fess up
or not all these years later. Do you have anybody you should apologize to? Fly ball to right. Santana is there, and he makes a catch for the second out.
In the course of 23 years, we sat here and I apologize to everybody I feel like I need to apologize to.
Well, I got a few things we could discuss. It's been a great ride all these years, partner.
This has been one of the more fun rides we've been on.
Yeah, this is right up there. You're right.
I mean, even the playoff years, and this has been a very fun team to follow. They really have. You just love the enthusiasm that they bring to the ballpark every single day. Every day.
A lot of enthusiasm. I think what's most impressive, we'll see how long they're on this roll, but the fact they've taken some serious gut-punching losses and have come back. I was talking to Lee Tunnell today, the Brewers bullpen coach, and he was saying this year, more than any other, he has had to play the role of psychologist with this current group. And usually when you're losing games like that, those hard losses, that usually falls on the bullpen, right? So the bullpen coach has had the Dr. Phil work down there all season long.
And they have been worked a lot, and he's got to keep them ready, keep them positive. Not an easy job sometimes, but for every gut-punching loss that they've had, how many great wins, comeback wins have they had? I mean, just as many, I would think.
Sure. Last night was a great example.
Yeah.
Lee had a good line. He said, you know, we're not as talented as we have been, and meaning in his time in Milwaukee, he's seen bullpens that have had more talent, more arms. But he said, but we do have the shortest memories that I've ever seen, which is a really important trait if you're going to pitch out there. Paolo Espino working on his release points, it looks like. Alan Cordoba at the plate, and Anderson hits the edge. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 men are out here in the 7th. This will probably be the last inning for Chase Anderson.
Yeah, it looks like there's a pinch hitter out on deck with a pitcher spot coming up. I think the Brewers would be delighted to see Lament out of there.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's Matt Caesar. And the Padres do have action in their bullpen. All leading towards a pitching change. Center field shallow. Broxton got a late start, long way in, can't get it. On his way to third base goes Spangenberg, and a little flare single keeps the inning alive. First and third for the Padres now with 2 outs.
Yep, outfield playing a little bit deeper just to protect against the extra base hit. They'll give up the single. That's not going to score a run in that at bat. An extra base hit would, and that's why Broxton not able to get there. Got it down on a trademark. Didn't hit it all that hard. You can see how deep Broxton is out there in center, and falls in front of him.
So Andy Green's going to bring on a pinch hitter. Lamet is out. He establishes a strikeout record for a Padre rookie. I beg your pardon, the 2nd most strikeouts for a Padre rookie, with 12 punch-outs. It is the highest strikeout mark for any rookie pitcher this year.
And no walks. That's equally impressive.
6 innings, 3 runs, all earned, no walks, 12 Ks. He's out. Matt Caesar pinch hits, and Anderson starts him with a breaking ball strike. Caesar as a pinch hitter is 3 for 17. Some of that came with the Cubs earlier this year. Traded to the Padres for a minor leaguer. And his lone home run of the season as a pinch hitter came with San Diego. His only hit actually is 1 for 8 as a Padre pinch hitter. First and third, 2 outs. Big spot for Anderson. Bullpen's active. Chase trying to get through 7. Ooh, just missed.
That's a strike.
Little changeup.
That's a good pitch. Got to call it.
Brian O'Nora was barking at Eric Sogard after a called strike that Sogard took exception to.
I don't imagine Brewers barking at him right now. That was clearly in the strike zone. What's the matter with that pitch?
As you can see,
Call it.
the one at the bottom of the zone. Big swing and a count. Instead of 1-2, it's 2-1 in a crucial spot in the ball game. Runners at the corners. Caesar yanks one foul. Look out in there. Man, that was hot into the crowd. Two and two now. Anderson has 6 strikeouts. 2-2 the count on Caesar. Boy, just got a piece. That was a late swing on a high fastball.
And 95, one of his better fastballs of the day, so he still has something left.
Do it again. Another 2-2 pitch. Chase deals in the air to center. Broxton coming in, now going back. He's got it, and Chase Anderson is through 7 in a tie game. That'll probably be it for him. 3-3 Padres Brewers, game 2 of this series.
MLB.TV Premium. You can watch every out-of-market regular season game live on over 400 supported devices. Plus, get a free subscription to At-Bat Premium, the #1 live app for baseball. Go to MLB.TV for details.
A lot of baseball on the MLB TV app today. 16 games. Doubleheader in Minnesota. Chase Anderson, now we'll see. He's in a position where he could return. The bullpen has quieted down for the time being. There's a handshake from Derek Johnson. That probably tells you that he's done, actually. And everybody comes over and says, attaboy. So that's usually an indicator that that's it.
Another good quality start for Chase Anderson, and he's just racking them up one after the other.
It'll be Kirby Yates on the pitch for San Diego. We're tied at 3, bottom of the 7th inning. Hernan Perez will lead off.
We saw him last night. Yeah, Yates, an inning of work, gave up a run. That was that home run to Manny Pena to tie the game.
That was an 8th inning home run by Pena. And a big swing by Perez. Yates went 2/3 of an inning in the game last night. Had a couple of punch outs. His 2 outs were Ks. Hernan has a hit tonight, or today, had a single his last time up. Chase one, down he goes on strikes. Brewers are punching out a lot here today. That's the 13th strikeout for the Brewers offense. Time now for our Car Soup scoop from the clubhouse. Lewis Brinson had a nice chat with him, and on this Father's Day weekend, Lewis Brinson had a very interesting tale. He lost his father at age 10 to cancer, and we were talking about Father's Day and the uniforms, and he goes, yeah, you know, this Father's Day, I'm sending a happy Father's Day to my mother, Susie, who was mom and dad growing up since the age of 10, and he gave a lot of credit to his uncles as well. That's one of his uncles right there, and his mom Susie is a champion. And Brinson just went on for about 10 minutes about his mom and the impact she made and driving him to all of the games, and doing the mom duties, doing the dad duties, just being there for him.
Yeah.
And you can imagine how traumatic that was as a 10-year-old kid to lose your father. So we always think about the fathers on Father's Day weekend. Father's Day is tomorrow, but you know, it's difficult for many people who have lost their fathers. And Brinson will be one of them tomorrow as we celebrate Father's Day. He and Chase Anderson. It's a strong woman right there, and you love a son talking about his mama that way.
I just get ready to say, you love the fact that he acknowledges that and he's open and free to talk about it. Good stuff from Lewis Brinson. I had a chat with him today too. What a class guy he is.
You can tell he was raised very well by his mom. He's quick with a laugh. He's got a great sense of humor, big personality.
He's got a chance to be a real good big leaguer.
One thing about Brinson you like, by the way, just to add to that, when you say something about him or give him a compliment, I was talking about his triple yesterday, he's constantly throwing or deflecting that compliment elsewhere, you know, whether it be the hitting coach or whether it be his parents or his uncle, or he's got his hitting coach here, which is a good friend of his that he's grown up with. And that's a pretty strong character trait, somebody at that young of an age who will send all of that praise elsewhere as Bandy continues his struggles at the plate, and it's back-to-back strikeouts for Yates. Probably see Brinson back in the lineup tomorrow on Father's Day. He is available off the bench, and we might see him hit for Chase Anderson soon.
Yeah, hit a triple in last night's ball game. Boy, he was flying around the bases. Lewis Brinson.
Keon Broxton with 2 outs. 3-3 game. The Brewers' last 11 runs have been courtesy of the home run ball. It's a pretty obscure record to try to track down, but we are efforting to see if that is a franchise record. I would imagine it is. That's my guess. That's a lot of consecutive runs on a home run. 4 last night. 2 more today. And then the Thames home run Thursday to win the game for the Brewers in St. Louis. So 7 homers have produced 11 consecutive runs. 1-2 to Keon. Arcia with an inside the park home run earlier today. One ball, 2 strikes. Ooh, called strike 3. Down he goes. Inning is over. Yates strikes out the side. 15 Padres strikeouts. We go to the 8th, tied at 3. Hey, a reminder, you can join Brewers pitcher Matt Garza and his teammates for the Brewers Bowl-a-thon on Sunday, August 13th. Enjoy a silent auction and, of course, bowling with the Brewers players while raising money for the Joy House, which is a shelter to help women and children reclaim their lives from homelessness. Sign up today, register at brewers.com/bowling or call 414-902-4581. Roof is closed on a Saturday afternoon. A little bit of rain in the area. Chase Anderson was excellent through 7. A quality start for him. Now it's Jared Hughes on the mound for the Brewers as we go to the 8th.
Yeah, Jared picked up a win last night. He pitched a scoreless 10th inning. He's got a 123 earned run average over his last 8 outings. That covers 7 1/3. He's allowed only 1 earned run.
Spins a breaking ball in for strike 1 on Perella. Chase Anderson goes 7. 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. No walks. He struck out 6. And unfortunately will not factor in the decision today. It is a bullpen game from here on out. And Hughes gets the first crack out of the Brewers bullpen.
Seems like every Brewers game ends up that way, doesn't it? Every game close. Well, even the game in St. Louis, game 1, 4-0 score, certainly not out of hand. These guys are in just about every game they play, which really puts a toll on the pen.
Pop up into center off the end of the bat on the breaking ball from Hughes. And a good start for him. He is a ground ball pitcher, but a fly ball out to start the 8th.
Hey, today's Time of the Game winner, Casper's in South Milwaukee. If they call the Brewers by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, they get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
The town of South Milwaukee.
Yeah.
That was an adjustment for me when I moved here. Kept saying South Milwaukee. I said, what's the town? There's a shot right to the shortstop. Arcia on a hop. 2 outs. Hit it hard, did Cordero, but right at the Brewer shortstop. And 2 men are gone for Will Myers.
Did you figure it all out, though?
Yeah, it was like a Laurel and Hardy bet. I was saying, what's the town? No, it's South Milwaukee. What town is south of Milwaukee?
It's not a town, it's a city.
It is the city. It's a South Milwaukee.
Town. City.
I thought it was, like Racine is south of Milwaukee. I'm like, wait, maybe Kenosha, or what are you talking about? No, South Milwaukee. I learned it. And then I took a drive through South Milwaukee. Acclimated myself. Now we're all friends and send each other notes on Twitter and whatnot. So we're glad they're watching today.
Casper's.
Myers takes a ball, 2-0 the count. Dangerous hitter at the plate. Hit a game-tying home run off Anderson in the 6th inning, and it came with 2 outs. And it was a no-doubter. He hit one off the scoreboard yesterday. (3-0).
And he has been known to swing 3-0. Actually swung on a 3-0 pitch in San Diego, popped it up, and his manager Andy Green wasn't too happy with him. The Padres were down by 4 or 5 runs. See what he does here. A little different situation. Tie game.
Takes a ball. Walked him on 4 straight. And the go-ahead run is now on.
Not the worst idea in the world once you fall behind 2-0.
It's not like he's missing by much. I mean, he's picking at the bottom edge of the strike zone. There were years in the big leagues when he would get some of those calls, but that strike zone, the bottom of the strike zone has been elevated for most umpires. And so Hughes will start a count over with a new batter, Yannervis Solarte. And he's been a good hitter for the Padres in this series. Homered in the 2nd. Myers took off, looked like a pitch out. And he stopped.
On a very good pitch out. You see Bandy had to go down and grab it. Sometimes when a pitcher changes his delivery, even speeds up his delivery to home plate, guy will realize something's up and he'll stop. Got to take your same delivery to home plate.
Myers is a threat. He stole 28 bases last year to go along with his 28 home runs. He has 8 this year. Been caught 3 times. This is an advantage the Brewers have this year with both of their catchers. Both throw it very well. Bandy has a cannon behind the plate. Solarte takes a strike.
So he was taking to see if Myers was going to run. Not a bad pitch though, right on the outside corner, down at the knees.
One and one. Time is asked for and granted. Two outs in the inning. Hughes trying to get the Brewers to the dugout, still tied. And timeout is asked for again. Hitters don't like standing in there waiting on a pitcher to deal. They get a little anxious, tense.
Base runners don't like it either.
Which is the purpose. One ball, one strike. Solarte takes a ball. The 6'7" Jared Hughes. He is a first-time father. Had a baby born in December. Special Father's Day weekend for him. 2-1 pitch.
And that low strike is not a call for Brian O'Nora. It is not a pitch that's called a strike by very many umpires these days.
And that's been part of the trouble for Jared Hughes. He's having to completely change what he's done his entire life.
But he shouldn't. It's a strike. That's a problem. Shouldn't have to.
3-1 pitch. Low, ball 4.
Shouldn't have to adjust. I mean, those are strikes. Guys aren't calling them.
Back-to-back walks. And Derek Johnson is on his way out, the pitching coach. Now the Padres threaten with 2 on. Oliver Drake is in the bullpen. You figure Drake is getting ready for Spangenberg, the left-handed hitter who is due next. So,
this is a dangerous bat coming to home plate.
Especially when you consider that Hughes has been missing low, and you would be inclined as a pitcher to try to elevate it a little bit to get a strike, and that's where this hitter can do some damage.
And that's the thing. I mean, you don't get the low strike, and maybe that's what Bandy is discussing right now with Brian O'Nora as they walk back to home plate. Then you do realize this is Jared Hughes' sinker ball, and we need that low strike. That's a conversation that you can have with an umpire. It's jovial. If you have that same conversation with Hughes, I don't think they'd be smiling as much.
Right. Let the catcher be the middleman, huh? The mediator.
Right. Yeah. But he needs that pitch, and it's a strike.
Always talking to himself. All right, big spot right here. Padres threaten. 2 on, 2 out. Hunter Renfroe at the plate. He drove in a run with a double in the 4th. Setting up inside is Bandy, and that one is down in the dirt. The runners will hold. Such a mental game. Put yourself in the shoes of, or in the mind of, Jared Hughes right now, and he's having a hard time finding the strike zone. He knows this is a power hitter at the plate. Don't want to make that mistake that could cost you the game. He's got to find it. 1-0. Back inside is Bandy, and he jammed him right on the knuckles. Shaw, good throw, inning over. That's a big pitch by Jared Hughes. This game's still tied. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Going to be a last at-bat win for someone.
Out in our spot in the right field corner, getting ready for Brewers Live postgame presented by Ascension. Pretty well pitched game. Let's see if we got some heroics yet out of the Brewers, huh?
Well, you know, there's going to be some heroics somewhere. On what end? Hopefully it's on the Brewers' end.
Well, they've had the last couple of games. We'll review it all, plus hear from Craig Counsell coming up after the ball game. Brewers Live presented by Ascension. Brian.
All right, Craig and Davey, thank you. Here we go to the bottom of the 8th. Brad Hand is on to pitch. Arcia at the plate. Arcia, then a pinch hitter. Looks like Jesus Aguilar will pinch hit. And then to the top of the order, Sogard. And then guess who? Eric Thames, if anybody can get on. High strikeout game for the Brewers at the plate today. But 2 homers as well. Been only 1 scoring inning for Milwaukee. That was the 3-run third. Aguilar awaiting his chance. Giving the catcher Hedges a little time to shake that one off, that foul ball. Those catchers and umpires, they look after each other back there. One gets dinged, the other will take some time.
Yeah, walk around the plate, maybe dust it off. Catcher go out there, talk to the pitcher.
0-2 the count to Arcia. And a breaking ball. They'll ask if he went. He checks his swing. Arcia with home run number 5 in the 3rd, an inside the park home run. Hit the angled wall in deep right center. Bounced away from the center fielder Cordero, and Arcia scored without a throw to the plate. In the air to left field. Shallow. Perella coming in. And there's the first out. The Brewers have not had a hit since the 4th inning. That was a single by Perez with 1 out. Jesus Aguilar announced as the pinch hitter. The numbers for Brad Hand, appearing in his 33rd game. That is among league leaders.
They had an inning and a 3rd in yesterday's ball game. Give a couple of hits, one of them a home run.
Hand led all of baseball in games pitched last year. Rubber armed left-hander. Aguilar at the plate. Well, the Brewers had a little Miller Park magic last night. Walk-off home run in the 10th inning by Thames. They won in their final at-bat in St. Louis on Thursday. And if they win this game, it'll be in their final at-bat. Aguilar in the left center, a base hit. Over to cut it off Cordero. He's got it. The throw to second's going to keep Aguilar at first. And he scampers back to the bag. Big man was going as hard as he could, but it's going to be a single. And there is the potential go-ahead run.
Yeah, he has done a great job coming off the bench as Aguilar, and he got a fastball out over the plate. Hit it hard, but you know, Cordero very fast out there in center field. Able to cut it off and keep Aguilar at first base. Aguilar with a home run, 6 RBIs, and a .276 batting average coming off the bench.
That was his 9th hit as a pinch hitter. And it sets up the inning. It means, barring a double play ball, Eric Thames is going to get an at bat. Here's Sogard. Sogard had a base hit in the 3rd. He was on when Thames went deep. Matter of fact, he kept the inning alive for Thames to get an at bat in that 3rd inning. That was a 2-out single by Sogard. He's flashed a little power as well, has Eric. He's got 3 home runs. Had a good cut at that one. Fouls it back. 0-2.
Yeah, hung that one up there a little bit.
Thames due next. Brad Hand, 0-2 the count on Sogard. Aguilar with a short lead at first. Sogard spoils another one foul. Eric has handled left-handed pitching this year as a member of the Brewers. He's hitting .360 against left-handed pitching. Sogard has been with the Brewers. This is his 30th game. Came up in early May. 9 hits, 25 at-bats against southpaws. Is the left-handed hitting Sogard. Hand's got him 0-2. That was close.
Just at the top of the zone, 96. Brad Hand against left-handers coming in, an opponent batting average of only .214, so he's been very effective against lefties.
Hand is averaging over 11 strikeouts per 9 innings this season. He has been a punch-out artist. Do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2-2. Good take. Get the rally wave going. Great crowd on hand today. Post-game concert by Mercy Me. And the Brewers trying to take a lead here in the 8th inning. 2-2. Sogard off the end of the bat. Little flare to center. Long run Cordero. He runs it down. 2 outs in the inning. All right, here comes Eric Thames. This is the man the Brewers want at the plate. He has been clutch. Take it back to Thursday. 9th inning, 0-2 count, 2 outs in the inning. Off the Cardinal closer, he hits the top of the wall for a 2-run homer to put the Brewers on top. Then last night, 10th inning, high fly ball. And check out where this one lands. Off the top of the wall. Back-to-back nights. And Eric Thames with his first career walk-off home run. What a moment that was.
And lost his lucky T-shirt.
Hasn't affected it much. He hit a 2-run homer in the 3rd. And a swing and a miss. Thames has 20 homers now. 6 of those have come against left-handed pitchers. And he's hitting .250 against lefties. There's a great contrast between Thames and the pitcher Hand. Thames, you can almost feel and sense every emotion. He talks to himself, barking at himself. Hand's keeping it all close to the vest.
Yeah.
Can't read him.
One of the more animated players you're going to see, talking about Thames.
One ball, one strike. Aguilar at first. He carries the go-ahead run. 2-1 now.
Yeah, that one hung just a little bit too much. Well, Thames looking that ball right into the mitt. He was upset with himself after that first swing.
Always visualizing. He's got his catchphrases to remind him what to do, whether it's mechanical or a philosophical approach. 2 balls and a strike. Here he comes, and Thames takes a strike. And that one bothered him. He didn't see that the way he wanted to.
Yeah, center cut, hanger.
2-2. Eric said he's looking for pitches in windows. And it's worked well. But now you're in a 2-strike count. In protect mode. Runner goes, and a swing and a pop-up foul and out of play. Interesting. Aguilar takes off. There is a big shift on for San Diego.
I guess figuring that they're not paying much attention to him. Brad Hand is more concerned about Thames, which he should be. A sneak attack. I think that works once.
Shortstop Cordoba is in his normal spot. They've moved the third baseman Spangenberg over near the bag. And that is Solarte out there in the grass. Wide open left side for Thames. Sets up away, does Hedges. 2-2 pitch is in there. A called strike 3. 95-mile-an-hour fastball on the black. And the inning is over. Tied at 8. We go to the 9th. San Diego coming up. Perfect pitch to get the Padres out of the inning. Miller Park all tied at 3 as we go to the 9th inning. Don't forget tomorrow the final round of the U.S. Open. It's the world's greatest golfers, and they're battling to be crowned America's champion in golf's can't miss major. 117th U.S. Open, the finale tomorrow 10 a.m. Central on Fox, streaming live on Fox Sports Go. Justin Thomas set a major championship record, shooting a 63 today. The record is the number in relation to par. He went 9 under today.
Wow.
Never been done. He's 11 under, tied with Tommy Fleetwood, who is still on the golf course. And Brian Harmon in the picture as well. All right, Rock, Corey Knebel is on the pitch. The Brewers closer for the second consecutive game is on the mound in a tie game.
They had tossed a scoreless 9th inning in last night's ball game, sending it to extra innings, or at least giving the Brewers an opportunity to win in the 9th. A couple of strikeouts, a walk, and a scoreless 9th.
Corey Spangenberg leads off, takes a strike from Knebel.
Bottom half of the Padres order coming up as Jesus Aguilar takes over at first base.
So put Knebel, the pitcher, in Thames' spot, who made the last out. Which might mean Counsell is looking for multiple innings out of Knebel. We'll see. That's asking a lot.
And that'd be stunned.
It gives him the option.
That depends on how quickly Knebel can get through this inning. He's worked quite a bit already in the first half.
0-2 count. Fouls it away. Brewers won last night. They trailed 4-0 early in that game yesterday. Fought their way back. Padres took the lead again late in the 8th. Brewers tied it and then won in 10. Tonight the Brewers, or today, the Brewers trailed 1-0 and then scored 3 runs in the 3rd. There's a called strike 3. Knebel keeps his streak alive. Boy, what a streak this is, starting a season with at least 1 strikeout in every game.
Yeah, you throw that for a strike, and then you got that 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
He has at least 1 K in each of his 36 appearances this season, which is second longest streak exclusively as a reliever to begin a season in the modern era, chasing Aroldis Chapman. And he is 1 behind Chapman now.
Yeah.
Numbers are staggering, Rock. 62 strikeouts in 35 innings.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, and he gets it out of the way very quickly tonight.
Austin Hedges. He's got it right by him, didn't he? Fastball at 97.
You have to be aware of that curveball, which really causes you to behind the fastball quite often. You never know when he's going to throw it. He's actually been throwing it, you know, behind the count, 1-0, 2-0, full count, anytime.
1-2 now.
That element of doubt in the hitter's head. I mean, you're not looking for the curveball, but it's just in the back of your mind, just a little bit to slow the bat down just enough.
One ball, 2 strikes to the Padre catcher, Hedges. Knebel, with his 36th appearance of the year, leads the major leagues. Jacob Barnes has 36 games as well. And Jerry Blevins of the Mets, ton of games. He's been terrific. 1-2. 2-2 now. Hedges has worked it full. Jared Hughes worked a scoreless 8th inning. Gave up two out walks, then got a ground ball to end the inning. Knebel with 1 out in the 9th. Due up for the Brewers in the bottom of the 9th, Santana, Shaw, Perez. 3-2 pitch. Soft liner left field. That is going to stay fair. And Hedges on his way to second base with a double. Wow, somehow he kept that ball fair. It's almost like it had a little slice on it as it was going down the left field line.
It might have, because he got jammed. I mean, that's what happens sometimes when that ball gets in on you a little bit. It has that reverse spin. All fastballs except for the first pitch of the at-bat. That might have sliced just inside that left field line. And a one-out double. Rory couldn't believe it. That was not a bad pitch. Up and in, not even a strike.
There's a fan on the field. This is a bad trend we're getting into, folks. Last couple of series we've had a fan run on the field. It's not worth it. It really isn't. It's going to cost you a ton of money. You're going to go to jail for what? We're not going to show it.
Yeah, well, you embarrass yourself and you make, you know, the whole town look bad, right? We've got great baseball fans here in Milwaukee. Don't need that.
Dangerous too. Good work by the security force to get that resolved quickly. So it's a one-out double, and Alan Cordoba at the plate. Knebel asking if he could throw a pitch. I mean, it was a pretty quick delay, but not a bad ploy by Knebel. Maybe he trying to get the feel for one. Another big spot. Padres have been knocking at the door the last 3 innings. They've had a runner in scoring position in each of the last 3. Big curveball strike.
There's that curveball. He threw one to Hedges. And then Hedges able to get enough of the last one.
Three game, 9th inning. Knebel fires. Missed with a curveball. Well, so now you've thrown 2 in a row. Cordoba knows you're a 2-pitch pitcher.
Well, he's setting fastball here. You got first base open. Got number 8 hitter. Going to go right after him.
Bandy sets up inside. Long pause by Knebel. And a fastball strike and a perfect spot. Down and away.
And you wonder why Cordoba wasn't looking for it. I mean, that was a pretty good pitch to hit.
Cordoba's hitless in his last 11. Knebel trying to keep him that way. Jammed it. Big fastball at 98 miles an hour. And Knebel has his 2nd strikeout of the inning. 2 gone now in the 9th.
Yeah, got him upstairs. Yeah, Cordoba had the one fastball to hit down in the zone over the heart of the plate, and then he has to swing at that with 2 strikes. And Knebel able to throw it right by him.
One more step here for Knebel, and he'll have the pinch hitter Eric Ibar. Switch hitter. Batting in the 9th spot. Go ahead run at second in Hedges. Hedges trying to get as big a lead as he can. He'll be running on the crack of the bat. Arcia hovering in range, trying to keep him close. Brewers have good arms in the outfield.
Average speed at best at second.
Perez has a very strong and accurate arm. Remember, he was a shortstop coming up. Broxton not as strong, but accurate. And Santana's got a cannon in right. And Hedges will have a mad dash if The ball's put in play. 2-0 to Ibar. 3-3 game, 9th inning, and a pickoff play. Ooh, good catch by Arcia. That thing was headed for center field.
Had to stop on a dime and reach back. Not an easy catch, especially with the speed that Knebel threw it. Big fastball, and he's able to keep it in the glove.
Tell you, I think a good throw it might get him.
Close.
Arcia was right there. He threw him a little slider, it looked like, or a cutter. It had some movement.
Yeah.
Everything pitchers throw moves. 2-0 to Ibar. And a sweeping curveball in there, misses. It's 3-0 now. Well, you got a young hitter on deck in Pirela. Veteran hitter and a contact hitter at the plate in Ibar. Ibar is one of the few experienced players the Padres have on their roster.
If he gets the fastball he likes, he will be swinging.
Takes a strike.
Top of the zone.
First year closer Corey Knebel. Ibar's got a dozen years in the big leagues. He's been an all-star, won a Gold Glove, long career with the Angels. Good battle here. 3-1 hitters count. Go ahead run at second. Arcia keeping him close, and Knebel with an inside move just to let him know he's thinking about him. That's the game right there. Those two, from a shortstop's perspective, trying to let that runner know you're right there. You don't want him to get a big lead.
And he doesn't have a big lead.
3-1. Ibar bounces over to first. Aguilar will go to the bag, and Knebel holds serve. Corey Knebel puts a 0 on the board. Do the Brewers have a little Miller Park magic in them again tonight? Walk off last night, in position to walk off the Padres again today. Bottom of the ninth coming your way. Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Roof is closed. Stage is set. Big crowd on hand. Bottom of the ninth inning. Domingo Santana will lead off. 3-3 game. And the pitch is inside for a ball.
Padres bring their closer in. He's got 12 saves. Brandon Maurer. 0-3 and a .615 earned run average. So he's got a high earned run average for a closer.
Works fast. He does have a big fastball and a big slider. Command is the key. Santana's looking for a mistake here. 2-0 pitch. Strike, 96 miles an hour. Santana's been hot lately. 0 for 3 today. Little jam shot. Flare down the first base side. Foul territory. What a catch by Myers. Man, over the shoulder. Athletic play by Will Myers for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, got there quickly. Got good speed.
Don't forget, tomorrow Miller Lite What's on Tap has Jimmy Nelson back on the mound. 12:30 airtime. 1:10 first pitch. Jimmy Nelson against Luis Perdomo. That'll be the finale of the series, where the Brewers put themselves in a position to maybe sweep. Got to win this one today first. There's a strike to Travis Shaw. Shaw is hitless. 0 for 3. Bounced into a double play last time up. Has never had a walk-off home run in his career.
Likes that baseball down and in. Throws that slider. He makes a mistake with it.
Here it comes. 1-1 pitch. Left it up there, up and away. Missed with it. 2-1 now.
Tried to backdoor it back there on the outside corner.
2-1 to Shaw. It's a little changeup in there for a strike.
Yep.
The Vulcan change.
Yeah, right on the edge.
Shaw fouls that one away, back to a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. So you're looking at 10 to 12 miles an hour difference between the fastball and the changeup, and a significant fastball at that at 97. See what he has in mind. Going to the breaking ball here. 2-2. Shaw rips it. Foul.
That was the hanger right there. That's the one he wanted. Well, he got one right down the middle.
Just a touch out ahead of it.
Yeah. Well, again, when you're trying to cover 97 miles an hour, you're going to be out in front. I mean, that's center cut, heart of the plate.
Back to the heat. 2-2 pitch, and Shaw spoils it foul. Stuck between the two. Ahead of the breaking ball, behind the fastball, but he's hanging in there. Two-two pitch. In the ground to second. And Solarte makes a play for out number 2. Two up, two down. Shaw upsetted himself for going out of the strike zone there, but not a lot of time to make up your mind. Shatters the bat. All right, 2 outs here in the ninth. Here comes Hernan Perez, who is 1 for 3. Had a hard single in the 4th inning. 2 outs, tie game. And Perez pops it up. Back is Myers. Not an easy chance here. Myers makes the catch to end the inning. Couple of good catches by the San Diego first baseman. And it's a 1-2-3 ninth. Brewers go in order, and we go to extra innings again. Wow, he barely caught that one. Padres to the 10th in a 3-3 game. Carlos Torres is in the game for the Brewers. Corey Knebel worked the scoreless ninth, and now the bullpen carries on here in extra innings.
Well, pitched on Thursday against the Cardinals and picked up a win, his third of the year. A scoreless 8th inning. Carlos had yesterday off and right back at it today. He's in the top 10 in appearances in the National League, actually top 5. 36th appearance and a .458 earned run average. And Carlos has the top of the order to deal with here in the 10th.
It'll start with Jose Perella. Cordero next, then Myers. And Perella takes a strike. Got anniversary wishes to pass along from the booth today. The Blankenships, Tim and Lori, celebrating their 30th wedding anniversary here at Miller Park. Big Brewers fans. No better place to celebrate an anniversary than right here. Post-game concert following. Brewers trying to make it a happy occasion and beat the Padres in back-to-back games in extra innings. The Brewers are 3-6 in extra inning games. They won the first 2, lost the next 6, and then won last night on that Thames home run. 1-2 pitch, fouled out of play. Craig Counsell said about Torres that he feels like he's rounding back into form, the form we saw last year, and after a few weeks of struggles on the mound and really just fighting his command, didn't have any life on his fastball. Counsell said he saw in Torres what he saw last year in that game in St. Louis, and that's what we're talking about right there. That is a nasty breaking ball and a strikeout to start the 10th inning for Carlos Torres.
You know, the other thing he did, other than a good breaking ball in St. Louis, he threw a lot of four-seam fastballs. Kind of went away a little bit from the cutter because it really hadn't been doing a whole lot. There's that rotation, the curveball, well located down in the strike zone, actually out of the zone, and gets his swing and a miss. So, you know, not so many cutters last time as four-seamers.
He's got the stylish Father's Day shoes going. There's a swing and a miss by Cordero. Yeah, it seemed like Torres had no confidence in certainly his curveball. We hardly saw that. And, you know, his fastball just had a little cut. His cutter, which he was using often, it was just the one pitch, and it was just spinning in there, and everything would seem to be about the same velocity. Ground ball to Sogard. 2 up and 2 down for Torres. If the Brewers get this guy back to where he was last year, suddenly a beat-up, beleaguered bullpen turns into a pretty tight bullpen, especially with the emergence of Josh Hader,
right,
who gives you a left-handed option. And Hughes is starting to find his way now. And, you know, Knebel and Barnes have been fantastic.
Yep, Hader threw a couple of innings of scoreless baseball on Thursday in St. Louis.
#1 pitching prospect in the Brewers system. He's going to be a starter in the major leagues, but right now the Brewers need him out of the bullpen. And he's been good, and he's given him a different look. 2 outs. And the dangerous Will Myers coming up. Myers made 2 impressive catches over the shoulder last inning to send this one to extra innings on 2 pop-ups. There's a strike, and there's that curveball again by Torres.
And not exactly where you want it, but right on the inside corner. Back Myers off and able to catch the edge with it.
Myers is homered. He's the reason we're tied. Homered in the 6th inning. Homered yesterday as well. He now has 14 for the year. Hit 28 last season. Hughes walked him his last time up, so he's 1 for 3. Been on twice. 2-1 pitch. Down and out. 3 balls and a strike. 6th inning homer. This was in a 3-2 game, and off Chase Anderson.
And he knew it.
Tied it up quickly. Long way out of here.
Hanging slider. Knocked it out of here. And Chase didn't make too many mistakes tonight. Yeah, but that was one of them.
He can be a showstopper for sure. Will Myers. Got to make a good pitch here. 3-1. Walks him. 2-out walk. San Diego has had a base runner on in the last 5 innings. And in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, they had a base runner in scoring position. And yet the Brewers have been able to put the zeros on the board.
Yeah, Padres hitless with a man in scoring position tonight. Brewers 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position tonight. Not a whole lot going on.
Yangervis Solarte now. All 3 runs for the Brewers came in the 3rd. Inside the park home run from Arcia. 2-run home run with 2 outs by Thames. Thames is out of the game. Aguilar stayed in to play first. Thames still, that spot in the order, I should say, still a ways away. Brewers are going to have Bandy, Broxton, and Arcia due up in the bottom of the 10th. 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. If anybody gets on, that might be a spot you'd see Lewis Brinson. One and one to count on Solarte.
Yeah, that's that 4-seamer we were just talking about. You know, 95 in on the hands of Solarte and not able to get the bat head out.
Fastball's got more velocity recently for Torres.
You can put it more where you want it with that 4-seamer. Yeah, cutter sometimes a little unpredictable as the movement and where it's going to end up.
Solarte's got some pop. He homered earlier today. Put the Padres on the board first with a solo shot. Homered in the 8th inning last night. Torres pitched in the WBC this year for Mexico. Might have set him back a little bit. You never know how that goes. There's been a lot of injuries to pitchers and players that participated in the WBC. It's a tough time of the year to play for guys. They love playing and representing their country. But you sometimes ramp it up a little faster than your body's ready for them. A strike, big one there. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, what a difference, right? 1-2 and 2-1. You get the hitter on a defensive in a pitcher's count.
Crowd getting into it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a check on the runner. In this series, Solarte's been a good mistake hitter. And he's actually hit some good pitches out, too. He's covering it all right now. That's the scary part about where he is at this moment. Has 37 RBIs. Tied with Myers for the most on the ball club. So the Padres have one of their best up there. Myers takes off, pitches upstairs, throw to second. gets into center field, and Myers will not run. He steals the base, but he does not try to advance.
Yeah, he had an opportunity if he bounced up quickly to get to third base. Satisfied with the stolen base. That was interesting because, you know, Broxton was playing very deep. He's playing deep with a man at first and 2 outs. And right there, he knows right away, but decides not to go. Look how deep Broxton is. And if he gets up quickly, I mean, he's going to be able to get to third easily.
Yeah, no problem. Well, he's at second. He's in scoring position. Brewers have the shift on. And Solarte, a chopper foul, just foul. Count will stay at 2-2.
In Myers' defense, if he felt as though he got, you know, maybe recognized a little bit too late in his mind, you don't want to make the last out at third. If there's any hesitation, just stay there. You're already in scoring position.
Myers with his 9th steal. 4th straight inning, San Diego's had a runner in scoring position. And Torres is trying to keep the trend alive of stranding him. 2-2 to Solarte. Torres deals, and a swing and a drive. That is way back, and it is gone. And a 2-run home run gives San Diego the lead. On a 2-2 pitch with 2 outs, Solarte strikes again.
And tried to come in on him again, and that was actually in off the plate. You know, and he's able to turn on that one, keep it fair. "5-3 Padres." That wasn't even a bad pitch. And check out where this ends up. That was that cut fastball, though. It was off the inside corner. Solarte does a real good job of barreling it up and keeping it fair. That's not an easy pitch to keep fair either. There's no doubt that was leaving the ballpark.
2-out, 2-strike homer. 5-3. Solarte with his 3rd multi-homer game of his career. With his 2 home runs today, and now has 3 in the series. Gives him 9 for the season.
The thing about that cutter, if you don't put it where you want it, I think he put it where he wanted it, but 93 as opposed to 95 makes a big difference when you're coming inside.
Hunter Renfroe, who has been on twice. He doubled in a run in the 4th inning, drew a walk in a second at bat. There's a swing and a miss. 1-2 to count. Brewers are going to be down at the bottom of their order, and at this moment trailing by 2 as Solarte strikes again. This guy's been a tough out. Myers and Solarte are the 2 guys the Brewers are trying to have not beat you. And if this score hangs on, that will be exactly the case. There's a called strike 3. The inning is over, but the Brewers are now down by 2. Solarte with a 2-run bomb with 2 outs. Solarte with a home run in the second to put the Padres on the board. Then a home run from Orlando Arcia. On the inside the park home run from Orlando Arcia. That tied it. And then later that inning, Eric Thames strikes again. His 4th consecutive game with a homer. 2-run shot put him up 3-1. Myers tied the game with a home run in the 6th. That made it 3-3. And just a moment ago in the 10th, Yangervis Solarte, his 2nd home run of the game, 3rd of the series, and it gives San Diego a 5-3 lead. So the Brewers are down a pair. And we are on our way to the bottom of the 10th inning. See if the Brewers have some fight in them now. Pinch hitting for Jet Bandy is Nick Franklin, the switch hitter. It'll be Franklin, Broxton, and Arcia.
How about that? Brandon Maurer going multiple innings here and pick up a win.
Maurer, the Padres closer. Brewers are hoping he can find himself in one of those wild spells. That's 2-1 on Franklin.
Anyway on. Maybe somebody get a hold of one.
Maurer worked a 3-up, 3-down 9th inning. That's a strike. He's got 3 pitches. You don't see closers use 3 pitches very often.
Saw a good changeup last inning.
One with a slider. 2-2 the count. Down and in. Got him. Oh, hit him. Got him on the back foot, and Franklin is aboard. Just grazed the shoe top, it looked like. And there is the base runner, which will bring the tying run to the plate.
And just tried to throw a little bit too hard. He pulled it and got him right on the inside of the foot, back foot.
Literally a back foot slider.
Right.
All right, here comes Keon Broxton now. Yesterday, with the Brewers down 4-1, Broxton hit a 3-run homer to tie it. He's been on a home run bench here lately, and he took a swing at one right there. Big hack. Keon has 10 homers on the year. He's hit 4 in his last 6 games. Driven in 9 runs in his last 6 games. Tonight he's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. In the air, right center. Did he get it? This is way back. And Keon Broxton has tied the game. They're just rolling them out moment after moment. And this time it's Keon Broxton who squares the deal at 5.
It's not the swing, it's what he swings at. When he gets the ball down in the zone, that's when he hits his homers. Maurer gave him one right down the middle of the plate, below the belt, and he gave it a ride. My goodness, these guys are something.
Goosebump material here. Broxton launching.
See where it is? It's down. You know, down about mid-thigh, not above the belt. There it goes. The swing is no different. It's just pitch selection for Keon.
Arcia in the left field. Base hit. And Arcia gets it started again with nobody out. A single following the home run. And there is the potential winning run. Orlando, 2 hits, including the inside to Parker, and now the Brewers will send Aguilar to the plate, his 2nd plate appearance after pinch hitting in the 8th, and a chance to win this game.
And maybe trying to squeeze a little bit too much out of Brandon Maurer today. This might be his last hitter. Activity left-handers down in that bullpen.
It's only the 2nd time this season that Maurer has been asked to go more than an inning, and it is the first time since April 30th he's been asked to go more than an inning.
And one-inning guy. Uncharted territory for him.
Aguilar with RC at first, and he popped him up. Córdoba, the shortstop, in the grass. That's the first out. So Aguilar is retired. Now we go back to the top of the order. Eric Sogard. And remember, the pitcher spot is due next. And you figure that's going to be a spot for Brinson, barring a double play. And now Andy Green's coming out. Well, Manny Pena is on deck. So a double switch here for Andy Green. It's going to be the end of the line for Mauer. Padres get a 2-run home run with 2 outs by Solarte to take the lead. And Keon Broxton ties it up. Darno is in on the position player side. And we'll set up the new pitcher. Keon keeps it alive. See if the Brewers can win it here in the 10th. Home run to the opposite field to tie the game at 5. And here we are, still at it. 10th inning. New pitcher with 1 out in a double switch is going to be Jose Torres. 31st appearance of the season. Another guy that's been used a lot by San Diego.
He's been pretty good minimizing base hits. League has not hit all that well against him. Chase Darno takes over in right field on the double switch.
The left-hander will face Eric Sogard. Manny Pena has moved on deck. Council is running out of players. Franklin's in the game. He was hit by a pitch and on base when Broxton went deep. Aguilar pinch hit and remained in. So just Pena and Brinson remain. And barring a double play, looks like Manny Pena will get his shot. Sogard with a hit tonight, 1 for 4. Singleton scored in the 3rd. He's been good against lefties, hitting over .350 against left-handed pitching this year. No balls and a strike. Jose Torres, and Sogard takes strike 2. Fastball at 94. Torres has given up some homers this season. He has allowed 6 in 30 innings. He's averaging more strikeouts than innings pitched. The other side of the coin. No balls, 2 strikes. Sogard slashes one foul.
Yeah, big fastball right there, up and in, 96 miles an hour. You got to figure that Orlando Arcia is just dying to try and steal a base, but with the left-hander out there, tough to get a jump.
And a catcher who throws the ball well as well. Arcia is not a burner. He has good speed, but he's not a fast runner, plus fast runner.
He's got to learn how to steal bases too, get jumps, read pitchers.
He has 4 steals this year. He's been caught 3 times. He's ready to run though. 0-2 pitch. Sogard spoils another one. Interesting, Rock. The Padres here, you check their outfield configuration and they are playing normal. They're playing at normal depth. They're not playing in the what they would call the no doubles depth.
No, they're not expecting Sogard to drive one into the gap. They're protecting against the flare right now with lefty versus lefty. You got Pirella very shallow in left. That's a big gap out there in left center.
Best arm in the outfield is in right. Renfroe has a very strong arm. 0-2 the count, and a throw to first. Garcia walking back to the bag before he even threw it over there. The Brewers have a little more in them. One out. Ready for an 0-2. Torres a long pause and he's going to first again. Usually those throws are called from the dugout, right? Manager trying to ice a hitter or get a base runner a little stagnant.
Right. That's probably not the better move for Torres. You don't show the good move first.
Brewers are down 2 when this inning started. Broxton a 2-run homer to tie it. 0-2 pitch and a swing and a miss. He got a strikeout for Torres.
That's a nice slider right there. Down and away. Not much you're going to do with that. He throws some high 3/4. You know, the slider able to catch the outside corner at the knees. Good pitch.
So it'll be Manny Pena announced as the pinch hitter.
Well, he's going to have to come in the game anyway, right?
Yeah, Bandy was pinch hit for by Franklin, so Pena will remain in the game to catch. Leaves Brenton as the only position player remaining. Pena hit a home run last night in the 8th inning to tie the game. Brewers would win in 10. Got the matchup. Pena had a memorable home run earlier this year on Mother's Day in the pink accented uniforms. Does he have one in the light blue accented uniforms on Father's Day weekend?
Had a pretty good one last night.
He's only hit 3. He has plenty of pop. Doesn't hit a lot of homers, but when he does hit them, there are no doubters. That was one of the great moments of the year on Mother's Day when Pena, that great comeback against the Mets. Pena lines one left field. That is going to get down foul. Oh man, he just missed the line.
That would have been interesting. Goodness. I'll tell you what, I would imagine that Ed Cedar would have sent him regardless with 2 outs. That would have been very interesting. Good speed at first and misses it by about a foot.
Watching it all the way. His job was done at that point. He was just hoping beyond hope. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pena. What a game this has been.
Yeah, another
back
one.
and forth.
Another one.
Thriller last night. Got another one here today. Brewers trying to walk off for the 2nd straight day. 1-1 the count. Arcia carries that winning run and Torres chases him back. His teammates call him Manny Pineapple. It's my favorite nickname. Torres deals. Up and away. Back pick at first. He's back in time.
One of the many things we learned in that Eric Thames interview last night.
Thames is out of the game. 2 balls, a strike on Manny Pena. Arcia ready to run. And it's way inside. Did it hit him?
Yeah, that got him.
It did. A hit by pitch will send Pena to first, and he is shaken up. And remember, the Brewers have already removed Bandy, their starting catcher.
Man, he'll be all right.
Says the ex-catcher here in the booth.
I mean, he's got no choice, right? I mean, you're all right, right, kid?
That's not a yes/no question, I guess. Boy,
Yeah.
right on the kneecap.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh man.
In that situation, you had no choice. You're going back there. Unless the bone's hanging out.
Nick Franklin, by the way, is the emergency catcher. He's still active in the game. Dave Yeager, assistant athletic trainer, is going to take a quick look at Manny Pena.
The only thing that would keep him from going behind home plate, he couldn't bend his knee.
Or if Domingo Santana can just make it easy for everyone and win the game right now.
All right, get a base hit.
Franklin is studying this situation carefully.
You got 2 guys. You got Franklin. Perez can catch. But it's going to be Manny.
Everybody other than the Padres hoping we don't have to find out. Santana up in a big spot. Chance to win it. Winning run now in scoring position. Domingo. Fastball strike at 94. With 2 outs, Arcia is going to be on the move with a crack of the bat. Outfield relatively deep with Santana at the plate. Santana trying to deliver here in the 10th. And a pop-up. Darno is over. Fair territory, and he makes the catch. And we are headed to the 11th, but Keon Broxton gets the Brewers off the deck. Down 2 in the 10th. Broxton steps up with a man on and delivers. Clutch home run by Keon. We're playing ball here in Milwaukee. We go to the 11th. And we're still playing ball here at Miller Park. We go to the 11th. Well, if you can't catch the games on television, you can stream them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app, take Fox Sports Wisconsin and Brewers baseball with you wherever you go. Pena will in fact stay in the game, and he will catch after taking a shot on the knee at the plate last inning. And the new pitcher rock is Oliver Drake, who picked up his first career major league save in St. Louis on Thursday.
Yep, and he pitched last night, against these Padres. Tossed a 3 up, 3 down 7th inning, including a strikeout. And he's got the bottom half of the Padres order coming up.
Spangenberg leads off, and he sends one deep to right. That's going to go. A bomb of a home run out of here. And the home runs continue in this series. It's unbelievable. Padres back on top as Spangenberg jumps on the first pitch.
The entire series, only 1 run has scored without a home run. That was a Padres run. That was back in the 4th inning. And coming inside, the split-fingered fastball, and another pitch off the inside corner, and the Padres turn on this one. Spangenberg gives this one a ride way back. Second deck and right.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
22 runs have been scored in this series. 21 of the 22 courtesy of the home run ball. Hedges launches one. That is way back. Only question, is it fair or foul? And it is a foul ball. Yikes. That one had some heat on it.
Yes, it did. 91, the fastball in on him. They just turned around a Corey Knebel fastball for a double down the line in left in the 9th, so he can handle anybody's fastball.
Hedges leads all National League catchers in home runs with 11. Only other catcher with more homers is over in the American League. Salvador Perez of the Royals has 13. This guy looks like he's got some star power. Austin Hedges, heavy hitting catcher who throws very well. 11th inning, and the Padres lead it by a run now.
Yeah, batting average low, but run production up there for Hedges. Don't worry too much about batting average with catchers, as long as they can drive in some runs, and he's been able to do that.
He's 24, but he's already in his 3rd year in the big leagues. Came up in 15. Last year spent most of the season in El Paso at AAA. 1-2 the count on Hedges. Jammed him that time. Pop up. Arcia waving on Perez. And there is the first out. Well, the Brewers in the bottom of the 11th are going to have Travis Shaw lead off. Hernan Perez. And then that would be the spot, if it gets there, that we'd see Brinson.
And no activity in that Padres bullpen, which means Torres is coming back out.
There's a shot. What a play by Shaw. Across the diamond in time for the out. Travis Shaw calmly gloves that rocket off the bat of Cordova. Second out of the inning.
Bullet, huh? Yeah, playing way back behind the bag and able to work himself into a nice hop and gets the out.
Little drop step.
Got to play the hop.
He's a good third baseman. He doesn't have a lot of range, but everything he can get to, he makes, and he's a very accurate thrower over to first.
Yeah, made one of the best plays we've seen from a third baseman in St. Louis.
6-5 San Diego. Corey Spangenberg with a go-ahead home run in the 11th. In the air, deep left center. That's big trouble. d'Arnaud sends one out of here, and another home run. And it's 7-5. First at bat for d'Arnaud came in the game defensively. And the former Pirate has given the Padres a 2-run lead, and yet another home run.
Yeah, boy, oh boy. And there it is, the splitter that stays up in the strike zone, and d'Arnaud gives it a ride. That splitter has been at times a trouble pitch lately for Drake, leaving it up there. We saw Junior Guerra have a tough time with that pitch last night.
Top of the order, Pirela. What a roller coaster ride this game is. And the series, really. Padres went up big early yesterday. Brewers came back, lost the lead. Brewers came back, won it in 10. And back and forth it's been here today. Well, it's been home run derby. Do the Brewers have some more in them? We'll find out. Shaw's going to lead off. The Brewers find themselves down 2 again. Bottom of the 11th coming up. And d'Arnaud gives him a little insurance. So the Brewers, just like they found themselves in the 10th inning, are down 2. Travis Shaw is going to lead off. Need a base runner. And then the Brewers can take their hacks against the lefty Torres, pitching in his 2nd inning. Shaw in the air, center field. Backing up on a Cordero. He's feeling for the wall, and he's got room to make the play for the out.
He was making sure Pirela wasn't going to impede his progress like what happened last night. It wasn't Pirela. It was Cordova out there in left field and called him off and says, I've got it this time.
1 out, and got a meeting at the mound here. Andy Green's going to take the ball from his lefty after he clears the left-handed hitter. And a pitching change. So the Padres 2 outs away from a win. Brewers are trying to dig deep and keep this thing going. We'll set up the new hurler after this pitching change at Miller Park as we Change for the San Diego Padres here in the 11th inning. 1 out. Phil Maton is going to take to the hill. We saw him last night. And the right-hander making his 4th big league appearance, has yet to give up a run in the majors.
Yeah, 3 up, 3 down inning last night. Fastball closer down in the minor leagues. We saw a pretty good slider from him last night.
Perez with a single in the 4th inning. He is 1 for 4. Brewers desperate to get a man on. They're down 2 now after 2 homers by the Padres in the top of the 11th. 15 home runs in the 2 games of this series at this point. 23 runs have scored in this series, 22 via the home run ball.
Man, something else, huh?
And Perez down the left field line, foul. Off the end of the bat, it sounded like. Think about how close the Brewers were to winning this game when Manny Pena was at the plate. And he had a line drive down the left field line similar to that. It missed the line by less than a foot. Might have scored Arcia. It would have been close. You know, I heard it's a game of inches.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch. Perez, right field line, hit well, long run for d'Arnaud. He is there, but he cannot make the play. It's a foul ball, though.
Yeah, foul ball.
He kind of fell down trying to make that catch. And very fortunate for the Padres that that is a foul ball, because you're talking about a potential triple. The question, did it hit the glove first before it hit the ground? We'll see.
Yeah, kind of taking a couple of stutter steps, and it didn't hit the glove before it hit in foul territory. That's the thing. I mean, it didn't hit the glove. It hit the glove after it bounced in foul territory. That was a good call. Want to look at it? Wow.
Might as well.
Huh.
Hadn't had a challenge yet today. So they will challenge. Craig Counsell wants to take a look.
Looked to me like that ball bounced in foul territory, then hit the glove of d'Arnaud. Well, we'll see.
I don't think it's going to be overturned, but if it is, the interesting part of this is, where do you place Perez?
Double.
Crew chief is over there. Paul Emmel with the calling umpire, Quinn Wolcott.
Where did the ball land? Let's see. Does it hit the glove? It does not. It's in foul ground.
That's the best look we can come up with. Don't have that down the line angle, and it doesn't look like there's enough definitive.
Yeah, the stutter steps by d'Arnaud cost him the out. I'm not sure why he did that. Maybe he was looking at that wall and made sure that he was going to be able to slow down before he got there.
It's in the hands of the replay center in Chelsea, New York, and an umpire is assigned to this game looking at this replay. I think Craig Counsell saying, why not just take a shot at it.
Man, 11th inning, still has his challenge. You can't, take it with you tomorrow.
And foul ball is the call, so no overturn. The challenge will stand, and Perez is back at the plate in a 1-2 count. Madden was the closer in AAA. He is looking for his first major league save. Had 13 saves in El Paso and AAA, so he's familiar with pitching at the end of games, just not in the big leagues. And he strikes out Perez for the second out. 2 gone. Lewis Brenton will pinch hit. the last hope for the Brewers to try to stay alive in this one. Guess who's coming up, by the way?
Yeah,
If Brinson can reach.
Yeah, get him on and see what happens.
That'd be a pretty good home run bat to get to the plate. He tied the game with a 2-run homer last inning. And the Brinson family agonizing through another at bat. Brinson had his first major league triple last night. Made his big league debut Sunday, so he's got a week in the big leagues under his belt. Brewers' #1 prospect. No balls and a strike. 1-1.
Fastball, mid-90s, big sweeping slider.
It's his mother Susie, his uncle to the right. One and one. Brinson a little late. 1 ball, 2 strikes now, and the Brewers are down to their last strike. Don't forget Brewers Live coming up as soon as we're done here. Craig and Davey. Post-game concert here at Miller Park. And that's it. A strikeout to end it. The Brewers won last night in extra innings. They drop one today in extra innings. And the home run ball has been the story. 15 of them for both teams in the first 2 games. And now we're set up for the finale of this series tomorrow. Jimmy Nelson on the mound for the Brewers in a day game here at Miller Park. The rubber game with the Padres. Time for Brewers Live. Craig Kashawn standing by after the Padres defeat the Brewers 7-5. Take it away, Craig.
Okay, BA, thanks very much.